Golly.
I hope so. That'd be cool.
It would mean what, 2 out of clan disciplines? Or at least 1, right? Which means it would be old enough to be able to do out of clan disciplines.
Maybe, I mean, there are, there are. You can become a bully as any clan, so Daimonion could be out of clan and everything else is in clan.
Well, either way, it means it has enough XP to have out of clan disciplines.
Guys,
It might just have 1 door, no?
For some reason, the 4 of you, the 3 of you, are the most experienced people I played TTRPGs with. Like, no one else even comes close.
That's because we're obsessed with the lore for World of Darkness. I know shit all about Faerun and barely anything about Scar and a tiny bit about Dragonlance because I've read the books.
No, the difference is very huge. Like,
What is it?
when I tried to play,
10 plus years for us, Nyaxi? Since Gale's game?
Yeah, it's 10 years for me now, for you longer.
And a lot of that time was with some serious rules lawyers as well. Oh, things are so much better now.
I just played Dark Heresy with a bunch of noobs.
Uh-huh.
And the difference was like difference between clouds and the ground.
Mm-hmm. Made a lot of stupid decisions. Ooh, let's open this book. That sort of shit.
Even dumber.
Of course it was.
Let's not buy any weapons.
I mean, they're going for a high subtlety run, I guess.
The charisma build.
Let's not buy any stealth or social skills as well.
What? How could you not have anyone? Like, what?
I'll max tech use and build myself a mech.
Tech Priest decided to skip the session at the last moment.
And that's why you don't play with noobs, yo.
Yeah, I've showed them what an overcharged plasma gun can do.
I do think it's
Against-
supposed to work differently raw in DH1.
It's the same. Yeah.
Pretty sure it's not. Maximal is like just a set bonus. Like, I know that I changed how it works to be like it works in DH2.
So that makes even more sense. Because we were playing in DH2.
Well, in that case, absolutely. Yeah, DH2 is a lot smoother in some ways, but the way the classes are constructed, like, it feels like it's good in concept, but it has very little structure, so it's... I mean, it's no wonder that they managed to fuck it up. Because in DH1 you have to spend enough in previous ranks, so you kind of have to pick something useful at some point, right?
Yeah. Just think about, guys, group that didn't take any social, technical, armor, or weapons. I'm not sure what they picked, but
Maybe they're min-maxing ship skills.
they don't have any ship skills.
I mean...
Like, there is no ship in this game.
Oh, so this is yet another campaign with the Rogue Trader one.
Yeah, Rogue Trader is another one. I just
Well, let,
makes them
let, let
stupid.
me tell you, I'm a firm believer in fighter supremacy in Rogue Trader. Because fighters can function as land units, they can be as roleplay support. Like, ST, I would like to walks up to the ship to call in a bombing run on our location, teleport us out when this position is surrounded by enemies, and drop the bombs. They can be used as army units. They are pretty good at ships because bombers bypass shields if they get through the turrets. And, they're just the versatility of having a swarm of small craft you can deploy as necessary. Nova Cannon, on the other hand, the book goes out of its way to tell you that no, you can't have any ammo for this, which is, just go fuck yourself, book. Why would you bother with the Nova Cannon? In other words, you picked the wrong lunar cruiser variant. It should have been a dictator.
Yeah, then basically we created ship in an incorrect way in so many ways, in so many, like it's 82 points out of 60.
So it's in Tabletop Rogue Trader, it's a frigate supremacy game. Frigates are just objectively the best choice, really. Just a sword class with 2 Sunseer lasers will handle most combat shit you will ever run into. Just because you can outrange most things and have enough firepower to do damage. Cruisers, unless you have forever points, just aren't worth it. Nexi, frigate supremacy, right?
Light cruiser.
Why? Turn rate sucks. And if you don't house rule broadsides, it's not worth.
You don't need to turn that much if you have a fighter base.
Oh, so like an escort light cruiser, like that. Huh. And then just one backup turret on the front for the 270?
Yeah, of course.
That's... Yeah, I guess.
And the extra space is probably worth it too. You can't fit that much into a frigate.
Viper class scout sloop with Sunseers. Kite everything.
Yes, guys, that's what
Okay.
I'm talking about. You're such a big brain people. Just like you're much more big brain than everyone else.
We've
We will go to
obsessed...
the Orion class because of the Kiel slot.
Are we waiting for bacon right now?
I'm here. Sorry.
Orion class is... honestly, it feels like cheating. It's too cheap for just how insanely good it is. It's objectively the best choice. And like honestly, just convert the cargo bay so you have a launch bay to go with it, and whew! We ready to invade some places at that point.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
we are dying today, right?
So, Bacon, the group, there you are, in the well, the heat of the day has let up. It is a Friday evening. You should be enjoying... Actually, no, it's the Thursday evening. Is that correct? Or did we move to Friday?
No idea.
Thought it was Friday.
Let's try it.
You sure?
I mean, the last updating we did wasn't too long ago, according to the chat log, so probably. Yeah.
Okay, it's like one day either way doesn't really matter. So, the heat of the day has let up, yet it feels like it is winter time, for the gunfire up ahead has ceased, and you saw a mysterious figure yeeting a body off the edge of the open mine pit down towards the water. It seems that the conflict has resolved, and one side has triumphed over the other. And since the police officers are unlikely to throw the bodies and try to conceal them in some rudimentary fashion, it is likely not the side you favored that came out on top.
Damn.
But it seems that without the word of God, gun alone was not sufficient.
Cross in one hand, shotgun in another. Just move forward.
You're carrying the gasoline on the back, right?
Yes, I have gasoline with me.
I'm gonna say that it's probably big enough, since I assume it's one of those iron jerry cans, like the metal ones. I'm gonna count it as you being encumbered by something you're wearing similar to armor. So unless you set it on the ground somewhere, it's gonna be -1 to dex-based rolls.
All right.
It is El Aquard. So, how do you wish to proceed? For now, it does not seem to have noticed you. It went out of sight to grab another body. The priest, yeeted himself out of the van, but now he's hesitating. Because, maybe this is getting a bit real, huh?
I just put my hand on his shoulder. Let's do it, Father. God is on our side.
He starts marching forward. You can see it's just like the tension in his fingers as he's gripping the Bible in one hand.
I move with him. I move by his side.
I move to position myself stealthily on the lip looking down into the hole
Alright.
with the rifle.
You are taking up a sniping position. Gotcha. Since you said stealthily, dex stealth. Bacon, you and the priest, I assume, are moving somewhat not so stealthily, just marching up.
Marching up, yes.
Lucas, Samantha, what do?
Marching up, but slightly behind those people.
He's like 2 steps back. This is my boomstick. I shall not fear while I have the boomstick. And Samantha.
Yeah, same. I guess I don't want to be alone at least.
Okay. 1 success. Well, it's funny you should say that. I will GM roll for something and I will raise the difficulty heavily to notice you because you are far away. Okay. So, you are marching up. it has not showed up to toss out another body. You are able to find where the police made their stand. It seems that they came rushing out of their places. There's, call it, 4 bodies in open sight here. And no sign of the monster. The priest tries like 2 times before he finds his voice, and third he says, "In the name of God, show yourself, monster!" The monster does not show himself. Perception alertness rolls, if you would. Okay. The 3 of you who are not with Anna can hear sounds circling around you and moving away from you. Anna, you see a shadow detach itself from the building and moving from boulder to boulder, staying low, heading rapidly in your direction.
It's time. Well, I take aim and aim for the shadow.
Okay. You're not going to be able to take the aim action. It is able to move from cover to cover, but you can definitely take a shot.
Well, yeah.
The center of mass?
Well, yeah, I got no choice, but I have to get the best hit.
You are within normal range for a rifle. It's something ridiculous, like 150 meters, so it's like you're in
Yeah, it's
no
big.
danger of increasing difficulties. But yeah, it seems that this monster is not particularly brave when confronted with groups or not cornered.
Okay, I think that might be a whiff.
It has not realized that you have spotted it, so it is not attempting to dodge. So roll damage, +1 for the to hit.
What's the name of the weapons again? I think
It's a rifle, but it's like not a high-powered one, so it's 6 dice.
it's right.
So
Fine.
7 for that's
I thought rifle was 8.
it is if it's an American Springfield high-powered hunting rifle that half vaporizes your target, but you're in Germany and you don't have access to high-powered sniper grade weapons.
Well, God bless Germany then, the motherland.
Okay. The bullet impacts. You all hear a shot ring out. The crack of a hunting rifle. And I think at this point you see the figure stand up and take off at a dead Terminator run towards you. And all you can hear it. Just the sound of, gravel being pounded. What do the rest of you
Yeah,
do as apparently it has decided to pick off the one that separated itself from the pack?
Fire at it.
Alright, so
And
rush to the
obstruction.
side and get to shooting.
Yeah.
Who has the second rifle? You have 2 shotguns and 2 rifles. The shotguns are gonna be out of range probably. Or at extreme
take
range.
mine. Since I'm not in front.
Bat has the auto rifle.
Okay. Then you rush to the side, you see the figure rushing towards where Anna is. You can take a shot. Alright, that is an impact. +3 damage dice for 9 total. Okay, you see it. Stumble slightly, continue for a moment on all fours and keep running like it was nothing. Sam. James. The situation seems to be developing.
Oh, those retards are clearly missing their shots, probably in fear. So yeah, I would just rush with the priest. I need to save them further.
Okay, you rush after him, trying to catch up to the monster. Alright, I think at this point we roll into initiative. The way we rule, the temp buffs don't apply, but any celerity it might have does. For
Doesn't have any celerity.
Why
Right.
do you
Because
think?
because if it has any dot of celerity, we're instantly dead.
Where would we be on those maps?
Yes. Where's our vehicle?
So let's say Anna is there, set up to snipe, and you are somewhere to the right. Like here. Yes, you need to select your token.
Oh.
It takes it from the token. This is why initiative never works for you, because you never select your damn token. So you rush to the side. Let's say that you are like out of sight. Effectively, it will have one turn face to face with Anna before you are able to catch up. James. We'll use this as a general indication. And yeah, it does seem like things have certainly developed very quickly. Where's the turn order? There we go. So, if we remember how it works in World of Darkness, declarations first, and then actions. So, Anna, you lost initiative. What is your intent as the thing is rushing towards you?
Hoping everyone else can disable it and shooting again.
Okay, you are planning to shoot. The priest is gonna try and catch up to the monster. His consensus internally seems to be, oh god, oh god, oh god, we fucked up, we split up, oh god! It's gonna eat her! Otto is flat out running. His intention is to close the distance. And gonna say that since you are fair distance away, he won't be able to do it this turn. But his plan is to eat your face. Yeah, like he's planning to leap at the forensic scientist. Naexi, Sam,
What kind of weapon do I have?
a hunting shotgun.
I'll just try and get into range and fire, even though I suck at it, I guess.
I mean, you could fire from here, but it would be at +2 difficulty because.
Yeah, no,
it's a-
definitely not. I gotta try and close before that.
So you're running with them, but you're gonna try and look for an opening to shoot.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Is this map to scale
No.
or not?
This is.
How many meters is each square?
I was figuring you were like maybe 100 meters away where Anna is posted, so.
Oh,
But like we are sort of like this is just so we have something pretty to look at and we can just vaguely diagram positions. I'm not gonna keep track of it because World of Darkness movement is fucky anyway.
It's not fucking. We have on our character sheet our movement rate. So if you ever forget, it's there. It's very easy.
Yeah, but then you need to halve it to see how much you can move while still being able to do an action, and running speed is
No.
something separate, and
They have all the different speeds. They have the walk speed, the jog speed, and the run speed.
yeah, I guess so. So, I don't know, like, you're at the outer edges of the buildings that used to be. I guess it is vaguely to scale. Hold on, let me measure. So, like, you should be about 50 meters from Anna, I would say, where you're at, because you already started moving towards her. And this thing is halfway between you and Anna. And assume that like this corner is where it connects to the roads, you know, going down into the pit. So like from here. But yeah, Lucas, what do? Pew pew?
Shoot it.
Alright. No. That doesn't count. Not yet. We're still declaring. And James.
I will. Yeah, just. I will run that direction so I can properly shoot the monster.
Alright.
If it's Anna's 20 meters away, like the shotgun range is 20 meters, I just run 30 meters.
Alright, so this turn get within range, and then next turn try and shoot it so it doesn't eat Anna, hopefully. Okay. So you and the priest are running up. You are ahead of him. You can place yourself next to where it starts the turn. Like here-ish. And that should put you close enough that you can move up next turn. The priest is a little slower, say he's huffing and puffing and yay far. And Sam, you can place yourself next to the priest. I think you have probably also like a little slower, but you'll be able to move up and shoot next turn. And hopefully not hit Anna, and given the angle, if you botch, you're hitting Anna. Otto keeps running, placing himself in point blank range as he's coming right at you. And this time you cannot not look at the angel wings or wait, hold on. Yeah, missed Lucas. Now you can shoot. While it's still next to James. Or during its run, effectively, because these are all kind of happening concurrently. Pew pew. Go on. Bullets. Try bullets.
Yes. Your time to shoot them out. It's your turn.
Okay. You hit. Now then, 6 dice of damage. 2 successes. Perhaps I should roll it so openly, so you have a reason to hate me. The bullet impacts. You're sure it did. You see a piece of its clothing go flying into the air. given that you're chasing it, you can actually see the impact this time. It just doesn't care. You're doing all of that. The priest is trying to, huffing and puffing, scream something about stop in the name of God, but the monster does not care. And Anna, it rears up in front of you, ready to leap at you. The difficulty goes down by 2 in point blank range. You hit! A most palpable hit. You aim at its chest where the heart should be. I got you now, monster. The bullet impacts, it's a dead-on hit, it should be dead. You see nothing, just a neat little hole. And it does not seem to be particularly bothered by the perfect heart shot. Now then, next turn it will attempt to, well, first, yeah, this initiative order always confuses my brain when I'm trying to keep track of many things. Anna, what do?
Not seeing how that was ineffective, I'm going to take a leap of faith and jump down into the hole while yelling, "Read the scriptures!"
Alright. Now, these moments are so rare because I'm playing with a reasonably sane group these days, mostly with Matt while we were breaking him in a bit. Are you sure you want to do this?
Well, he's going to hurt me bad either way. I mean, how deep I was saying it is, and how big of a slope. Could I
Well,
go
he
and
was
roll to
able
get more
to
momentum?
yeet the bodies down to hit the splash, but you'd have no idea how strong it is. It's clearly not human.
Well, yeah. I know it's strong, so you know.
Besides, from this height, it might be like hitting concrete anyway with the water tension. It's a deep pit.
Well, I'll just take a general disengage and head back to the group. Well, yelling, reading the scriptures then. That's what I'm attempting to do.
You want to head towards the group.
Yeah. To improve their odds.
Alright.
Since the splash damage might be better.
Do you just want to run, or do you want to just be ready to dodge and start moving towards them?
Yeah, I'm looking at him while yelling to read the scriptures.
Alright. The priest is gonna, you know, he's gonna stop where he is, and he's gonna declare that essentially, well, he's gonna declare what he's gonna declare. He's gonna attempt to exercise his faith. Otto is he wants to pull Anna down behind whatever cover she was hiding in, out of sight of the other, so he can feed in peace. And he is gonna attempt to heal the little damage you did do. Okay. Sam. He is very much within reachable to be within normal range of a shotgun this turn.
Yeah, then I move up and try and hit him with a.
All right. Lucas, take a shot from where you're at, I assume.
Yeah, take a shot from where I'm at.
You can see that
Do
he
I-
is gonna try and pull Anna down. So this is, if he succeeds, this is the last turn you'll be able to shoot from where you're at, because Anna presumably was hiding behind some rocks or an old car or something too.
I move a little bit closer.
Oh, you're not gonna move that much closer. This is not to scale, and that would be yeeting yourself right into the open pit, which would give you a heck of a view of the battlefield, but not for very long.
Okay, let's try this way.
I'm just saying you can shoot from there, you can start moving around the lip, but if he manages to get into cover, you're not gonna have a shot next turn.
Okay.
And hold on, James is first in any case. First we declare, then we go back down the order. So you get to know what the others are gonna do if you're high in initiative before.
It's just different from every other system.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, you can get within
Yeah,
normal range as well, Bacon, and just take a shot if you wish.
Like I saw that there were shots and it's not doing too much.
Mm-hmm.
I see it's trying to go to cover, and I think, well, ghosts have a physical resistance, it was described before. Let's see if they take elemental damage.
Mm-hmm.
So I just take the jerry can, and I move closer to just dump at the monster while it tries to bite our friend.
Okay. All right. You open that, and you give me a Dex Athletics because you're trying to open it while you're running to close the distance. A botch will mean you spill some on yourself, essentially.
Not
Okay.
to watch.
You have a jerry can. You're able to run up, or well, I'll give you the choice. You're able to either run up or you're able to get it open. It's too awkward to move.
I just run up. I wasn't even planning on being able to open it right now. I'm just taking it from my back and putting on my hand.
All right, slip it off and run. Then you can close the distance. Lucas, you may take your shot. It's now getting very surrounded by allies.
One damage.
Which does nothing, because vampires then bashing, but it glances in your direction, James, as you're running up, and it seems to have like a bestial cunning in its eyes as it focuses on the jerry can. It seems that there is some glimmer of intelligence still in this ravaged and possessed mind.
Yeah, it's totally right.
Samantha.
Yeah, I'll run up a bit and take a shot, I guess.
Absolutely. Pew pew. You would be probably, like, I'd say you can move like 2 squares at the half move that allows for actions.
Sure.
Probably like 3 meters per square or something. Roughly 3 or 4. So you praying? Yes, pray. Pray. You have what, 2 dice?
Yes.
Anna.
It's not a botch.
Shotgun pellets go whizzing around your head. So, right. The creature, well, yeah, you are trying to disengage the creature. Okay, it is not able to switch it to just dive into or get into cover. It is aborting its attack on you. Its eyes are focused entirely on the jerry can. Some dim part of it realized that that means fire, and fire very bad.
I raise my eyebrow.
You are off the hook. It seems to have been distracted by James. You are... the priest is gonna be declaring that in the name of God, cease, monster! Unfortunately, as you can see, the chat remains empty and no dots of true fate are being rolled. But the
Even if we
priest...
had one, it wouldn't be very good.
The priest is doing his best. Now, Anna, it seems that you're off the hook. The creature is not focusing on you anymore. But since it's no longer doing anything else at the turn, the healing goes through automatically. Which means that it is once again full. You just hear the tink as the bullet falls out as it turns towards the jerry can with grave concern. And that you can move in some direction for like 2 squares effectively, Dan.
Yeah. Well, what my plan is for the next turn is, seeing that, reach for a lighter and prepare it to light him on fire when James gets the oil on it. That's what I'm hoping for. Just in case.
Well, you can declare
That's
it next
yeah.
turn. For this turn, your declaration was, I'd like to retreat
Morphin.
towards the party.
Yeah, well, I'm still doing that, yeah. Still getting closer to James, so I can probably see better.
Like
And not
here.
get splashed back. Yeah. I suppose
Alright.
something like that.
Alright. Then... what? Next turn, Dan, declare.
Fire!
Just pull out lighter, be ready. Just
Yeah, like I said, yeah.
light. Okay, so let's say that you are getting ready to light the thing on fire, should James succeed.
Yes.
Okay? Its eyes flicker toward you as it sees you pull out a lighter. And the priest is commanding it to be bound in the name of God. There seems to be, again, an animal cunning in the eyes as some evaluation of chances as it will take off running away from you down the road. That's its plan. It is aiming to not be here anymore. There's a guy declaiming the word of God. There is a jerry can, a lighter. You seem to be well armed and to know what it's doing. You set bait for it to lure it in and surround it. In its dim brain, one word comes through the bestial chaos. Leopold. It is time to flee. These are not mere soft mortals. This is a threat. Sam, it seems to be intent on departing this venue. Nexi, what do?
I'm not sure. Run, kick closer distance a little more, and take another shot maybe? I don't know.
Alright. Lucas, you still have a shot. It did not succeed in diving into cover. Although there's a lot of friends between you and it.
I move 2 squares and make a shot.
Alrighty.
Stop. We don't do that.
James.
Yeah, I would douse it in a bit of gasoline,
Okay.
and I would just scream, "It's afraid of fire and the word of God."
Dex athletics to get some on it. Okay, you get one good sploosh somewhere on its chest. Lucas, your shot, if you would, sir.
7 dice. Plus 6 plus 4 equals 10.
Beautiful.
I don't know what happens with my rolls today.
That's the way it goes. You either roll well on damage or well on the attack. Sam.
Okay, 2 squares, 1, 2. Okay, it's just a failure.
Okay. It takes off at a run. And Anna, you are... As you're flicking open the lighter, the stench of gasoline hitting your nose, you move to light it. You see it's already heading down the road. It wants none of that. Bullets, fuck that. Who cares? Fire bad. It seems that prayers and fire may be a combination that would work, or at least the creature believes it would.
It's running like down the mines.
No, it's you're blocking its path towards the easy way down into the mines, so it's gonna be out somewhere in the countryside. I'm gonna be honest, it ate a couple of policemen, it's buffed to hell right now. James is probably the only one that has a chance of realistically keeping up. But everyone gets another shot at it as it's trying to depart.
It's a very important question. Are we recording all of this?
Well, you have cameras around the place, but presumably you came to kill a thing and...
We didn't set up the surveillance equipment. Another question, how far away is Lucas from the car?
From your car, like...
Yeah,
300-400 meters away, at least. You didn't want to be heard when you parked, presumably.
Sure.
So like you're not at the car, it will have a chance to vanish. It will turn into a, hunt. Disgusting bashing damage. The shotgun blast hits it right in the left ass cheek. You see matter spray everywhere.
No, enough betting. I'm just still gonna lower its movement speed for a turn.
It's essentially in Roderick. You threatened it with fire.
That's right.
Wound penalties don't apply in Frenzy. I don't think they apply to whites at all.
Yeah, they never apply. That's true.
But it will reduce his blood pool. That's the good part.
Yeah.
Yes, you will wear it down. It's a pity it only has 30 blood points to work with, right?
I mean, he only had probably like a 14 capacity at the most, right?
Sure. I rolled randomly for the generation. You don't know how much he has or how much he can spend.
You know he has 6 Sorg, but he might just have a lot of Fortitude.
Yeah, he buffed
You can
before.
buff to 6 and have it last
Yeah,
a
right.
scene.
Yeah, that's true too. He's probably just a nobody.
Okay, did that and I'm gonna say you have the chance to snatch up the rifle and go for another shot if you wish. I assume the shotgun is dropped somewhere, James, because you were operating the jerry can. But a chance, perhaps, to weaken it, perhaps stop it from escaping.
Yeah, if I could get leg damage, that'd be great.
You can aim for the leg if you wish. +1 difficulty.
I do.
You do. Hit it in the back of the knee, but somehow no fucks are given. And then it's rounding the corner and dives off the road into some trees. And you hear the breaking of underbrush.
Just
What do you wish to do? Circle up,
I just
light some torches, make sure that you are safe.
I just need bottles. We need bottles. Everyone needs to have some gasoline, Molotovs. If everyone has a cross and a bottle and a Molotov bottle, we can kill it.
The priest just slowly sinks to his knees. He seems to be in shock of what just happened here. He saw that thing get shot half a dozen times with long arms, right? And it just ran off like it was nothing. And that's after fighting 8 police officers getting shot who knows how many times. How do all of you feel after your first confrontation with the supernatural? Not in a, ooh, magic is real, this is cool, but in a, oh god, fuck, sort of way.
Bullets doesn't seem to work. We need alternative methods.
Chainsaw is always useful.
It's like James is he just hyped like, holy shit, that was amazing. The creature so powerful, like we finding a way to finding its weakness, the fear in a monster's eye as it fled. It's just great. Best day of his life.
I have been chosen to be a soldier of God.
Yes, that's for sure what's going through his mind. Yeah, so soldier of God.
Okay, Anna, You saw your life flash before your eyes there. How does Anna feel? And you're the only one that got a clear look at its face, because it's summer nights, it's not entirely dark, so you can see, but it's pretty dark, so you're the only one that got a clear look at the monstrous pale face and the long extended fangs, and have an idea that you know what this might be.
Well, first she's got the hugely pounding chest from all the adrenaline, and also almost hyperventilating.
Yeah, so she just like wheezing in terror. Got it. Lucas, you didn't get a very good look at it at all, but you saw an angel before, and you're sure at least a couple of your shots connected, and it didn't care.
Maybe we need silver bullets for it. Or
Maybe salt bullets. That works on
basically,
ghosts.
Lucas is rational. He understands if something doesn't work, try something else.
Sorry, my suspension of disbelief does not cover the idea that Lucas is irrational. He's a conspiracy nut that believes that a perfectly ordinary accident means that his sister was abducted by ghosts or something. Rational is not the word that comes to mind when we speak of
No.
Lucas.
He's just so rational that he can see the truth in things, the conspiracy theories, instead of falling for the lies that the government tells him.
Of course,
very
of
rational.
course.
Everyone
alright.
with an IQ above 120 believes in conspiracy theories.
So Lucas is very much interested in finding. He thinks he needs to try something else, and that it is not the word of God, but the firearms of men that you must place your trust in. Right, Samantha. You saw yourself hit that thing. You know you did damage. You saw part of its ass disintegrate under the blast. But, and yet, it kept running.
Yeah, it was weird how. It was clearly afraid of something, like James for some reason. Maybe the fire is the solution.
Okay, so it seems like Sam is dissociating a bit, like,
I'm just relieved that no one died yet.
No, no, that's perfectly reasonable. It sounds like this impact of the situation hasn't registered for Sam yet. Alright. So what do? There you are, all of you, standing. Except that Lucas is on his own now!
I just look around where we can get bottles. I think glass would be better, but like we can do with Coke bottles, wherever. Just won't shatter on impact. We need bottles. We need more gasoline. And else.
You have like
Run
a
away.
full or nearly full jerry can. I'd say that's enough to give everyone 2 or 3 Molotovs if you can find bottles. Like, you don't need to run to a gas station. A jerry can is like, what, 5-6 liters at least? I don't know how big those ones are. I feel like they might be at least
Usually
10.
20.
10 or 20, yeah. So, like, you have plenty, right? You can spend half of
Just
it
like
to give
bottles.
everyone like 3 Molotovs and then leave the rest to incinerate the body if there is one.
Question is, how do we find this thing?
It was fleeing in a hurry, we just follow its tracks, and it probably will try to return to its lair.
Do you wish
If
to
we
be
luck.
going through underbrush and trees where it's even darker in the night in its time?
Yeah, we want to wait a bit till morning and even
Guys,
heavier than the
let's
car.
talk about the biggest problem here. Ordinary people do not believe in supernatural, and we have 8 dead police officers here.
And it does seem like someone started disposing of the bodies because some of them are tossed into the mine pit.
Maybe we should do something about them.
Yes, we're going to get sanctifying as well in the meantime.
The
And
priest
give it, so
seems to go white in the moonlight as he turns towards the bodies. We barely drove off one of those things.
well, we have to put a stop to its plans while we're here, and you need to do your job and sanctify these bodies.
He nods, pulls himself together, takes a deep breath and starts heading towards the bodies.
Let's just get the divan. It will help with the process. And I think to myself, do we have gloves in the van? I hope we have any gloves for reasons.
You
I mean-
probably do because presumably you're doing this with high quality equipment. At the very least, you have those soft gloves you might use when you're working with optical equipment to make sure you don't accidentally, smear your fingers all over it.
Yeah, so I'll discreetly, as we help the priest, just do what everyone always wants to do. I just reach for the police officer handgun.
It seems that it is not in the holster, but is like
In the
half
ground.
a meter from his hand where he fell. And okay, you're investigating the scene. Perception medicine or perception investigation.
Don't have any of those. I'm just looking for the gun.
Yeah, it seems to be a 9mm sidearm. The clip is half empty. There's 8 bullets left in it. And there is the faint smell of gunpowder. It seems that it has been fired several times recently. And you can absolutely loot. Honestly, there's depending on the results, you could find up to 8 9mm police pistols here. So, but you can just by default find at least 2, even without any rolls. So, if you want a handgun, you can have one. These are German police, they don't get in a lot of gunfights, so they have what's in the pistol and 1 clip for reloading. It does seem that the way this went, none of them reached the point of actually reloading. So yeah,
Right.
Perception investigations, perception medicines, depending on which you prefer. As Anna is probably just stumbling around doing rote checking while completely zoned out.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
want,
interested in that.
I want to check the surveillance footage.
Okay. You go into the surveillance thing. It something catches on the door. You push it open. There's a mess on the ground. There is a big chunk missing of a police officer's neck. And he's just looking up at the ceiling with a look of absolute ecstasy on his face. frozen in death.
I put my gloves on and I speak with I'll ignore the corpse.
All right.
That's fair.
Police officers don't carry batons in Germany, do they, Naxi? They just have a sidearm for emergencies.
And there's some stuff for in-person things, I think. I
Like, they
wouldn't
might have
know
tasers
exactly.
on them, right? Yeah, check. why don't you just Google it?
Yeah, why don't I? I mean, I usually don't get so close to police officers. They have like, yeah, they have a baton and how do you call the stuff that you spray in someone's face?
Pepper spray.
Yeah, exactly.
Ah. Okay, so you can gather police batons, pepper spray, and sidearms. If they don't normally carry them, they unlock the police armory because this was a very dangerous suspect.
I don't want those. I'm looking for footage of this.
Yeah. So, absolutely. I'm still gonna want an investigation roll. I'm still waiting for those. Give me my fucking rolls, you douchebags!
I don't have any.
Sure, I'll
investigation,
roll
sorry.
out.
Ooh, police gun.
I have specialization in surveillance and analysis. That may come in handy.
Surveillance will apply. And Anna.
I'm also going to show the priest the inside bodies.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. He is giving them their last rites. Bacon, you have nothing to roll. Roll a luck dice for the group and see if from all the wounds the vampire took, any blood splattered in any open holes on the corpses. You want to avoid really low rolls. Give me a d10. Dan, I'm still waiting. My roll!
Oh, all right, fine.
Give me the dice!
Okay, I know.
And yeah, d10 from you, Bacon, for luck. Well, let's see if we made any baby neonates in this.
Which would it be? And the specialties too, obviously.
That's medicine, right?
Yes, we'll go the medicine route.
Okay. While Bacon is finding the dice roller, you are able to...
Don't have the individual role. I forgot that I was looking for it, so I have to write on my own.
Okay. You have no idea how many neonates were made here today. It is not a hyper low roll, so you might be okay. But you're able to reconstruct the series of events. It seems that the creature came up the road, 2 police officers stepped out of corners next to the path, aimed their guns at it. The beast seemed to crouch lower for a bit, as if contemplating or surrendering. The police officers started to move a bit closer in that, okay, we have you covered. And then it charged straight into the teeth of the 2 guns. Police officers fired, and it just started pummeling them, wailing on them, smashing them down with brute strength. Anna is able to find bones that have been cracked, ribs that have been broken. The police officer in the van, his chest, you press on it and it goes down where there should be ribs. He was still alive, but not very by the time he was eaten. The other police officers that were surrounding this place or in the buildings came rushing out in pairs, with their partners, and the thing just kept going. At one point, you see jump and latch on and drain someone, while another police officer just empties the clip in its back.
I upload copy of this surveillance footage into my laptop.
Laptop, not the internet. Got it.
Okay, let's make it funnier. I sent copy of this footage to the pirate broadcaster with the message.
Well, you can't do it from here because we established that the internet and the hotspots here suck. So you are going to reach that.
They suck. It will take like 10 minutes to upload.
I'm not sure it would be 10 minutes. This is German internet, not Latvia internet. This isn't rural Latvia, this is rural Germany.
And we have considered probably a very large file, so yeah, it can't really upload from here. It could take some
Okay,
hours.
I will
like
do it
you can't just break the masquerade right now. You have to survive to get into town to break the masquerade.
Okay.
I think we've upgraded from a head turn to a Wayne beating angrily in the on the side of the princess skull at this point.
Yeah.
But okay, yeah. The police officers came rushing out. They did everything by the book. It was a perfect, textbook police ambush. At least it started as one, right? Like, if it was a mortal, he would have been arrested, dead to rights, captured, tell them where Sabine is, everything's fine. It didn't go down that way. It seems that it has enough caution to try and lure its prey into a false sense of security, or perhaps take some turns to buff while the police officers approach. And it just went through them. One point you just see it lock eyes with someone that's freshly come out. He just says something, and the police officer just goes glassy-eyed and starts reloading its gun, which was fully loaded. You are able to find the full clip where it was dropped in the fight. But it seems it's very strong and very resilient versus things like gunfire, and it can do some mind control as well.
So we have footage of the proper mind control.
You had it before when it was luring Sabine down the path as well.
Yeah, but it was a more different situation. We have he looked at someone and the person did something. It wasn't.
Yeah, it was during a
it's not in the
lull
moment.
and a fight, right? Where couple of police officers had shot it a couple of times and were trying to run or move away from it, and a third one comes out and he just oh, I can't deal with you right now, reload kind of thing, right? In a moment of calm, but well, he was pursuing someone else. But yeah, you have seen how it works now. It seems that it does require eye contact and a moment of focus.
Could this be related to that group of Lamian vampires?
Those two seem to require eye contact, yes.
I think that was a white, WH.
How the fuck would you know?
Because probably there's a Warhammer White.
There is
whites are
No.
less
If you want
exposure.
to, that doesn't mean you automatically know the entire lore body. It means you encounter the lore body and you have to roll if you know that specific bit of lore.
I want to roll intelligence occult.
Alright.
I have a theory. Who can this be?
Okay, so explain to me out of character, what is the information you're looking to remember? And I'll tell you how much it you get.
It's a vampire vampire counts character with a lot of physical resistance.
Okay. YouTube chat is saying that getting killed by a vampire is many such cases for counters. But okay, you know that
Like
in
like
Warhammer,
they aren't
like
proper.
it,
They aren't proper vampires in Warhammer. They're like other kind of undead. But yeah, they're
well,
I've seen
part of
this
the
for
group.
a
so
bunch.
you know that there are very bestial vampires in Warhammer, and you know that the undead factions have a lot of resistance sometimes to physical damage. So this seems to be a different breed, perhaps mostly extinct in the modern age, since the masquerade is somehow still intact in this world. It, if you had to guess, the Lamian type vampires are they're the ones that survived into the modern knights and have exterminated all other kinds, almost completely. And you have run into probably what is a rare breed in the modern knights because of how bestial it is. It, but in the bestial aspects, you know, in the strength, in the resilience, it seems to be exceptionally powerful. So hunting it will be difficult. So yeah, like you would think it's a cousin to the creatures you met before. They too seem to lock eyes with Samantha to control her, and well, they seem to be perfectly in control of themselves and refined. And this seems to be a ravening beast, so probably why there aren't a lot of these around. Too good at getting itself killed. And YouTube chat, don't worry. They are gonna ascend to something more than just normies at some point, but it ain't gonna be imbuing. But yeah, you have an idea. It, with everything you've seen, once Anna is able to speak, yeah, vampire, bestial vampire. Perhaps a mutation or throwback or just a distant cousin. And
Well, yeah.
if it somehow turned any of these police officers, you might have to deal with an entire nest of these things, which would be very troublesome. Because one
Well, I
is
was actually
already so much.
I was thinking an affection actually, and it's even as a beast, it was able to unlock powers that I've seen displayed by other creatures.
Indeed. And it was able to pick you out in cover somehow and just avoid the bigger party and come at you as well. And
We are
yeah,
helping the priest to go over the bodies. So I
yeah,
think
you investigate them. The priest is blessing them. That might help. At least two of them were bitten of the ones that you discover up here.
it's an issue, but we have to move.
I want to roll intelligence occult for the way vampires are being converted. Humans are being converted into vampires.
I mean, it's probably an
I'll
exchange
say,
of blood
I
in
know it's
like it's probably an exchange of blood in Warhammer.
they
Honestly,
need to
you
drink
don't even.
blood.
Yeah, I would say that this is enough of a pop culture thing that you don't need to roll. Any of you who have dots in occult, there's two ways this could happen depending on how apocalyptic the show or book you're consuming is. It's either the bite alone or bite plus the vampire's blood. But like it's either in the blood or it's passed by the bite in some way.
Yes, it's as Tiddles.
It can't be passed by the blood because if it would be passed by the blood, there would be a lot more. Basically, vampires would work like a zombie virus. Like,
No, that's if
No,
it
it-
was passed by the bite. If it's passed
But they
by
could
the
have,
vampire's blood.
They could also have like a poison gland, that like a snake, that they can choose to inject the vampire
I'm
poison
counting
after
that
biting
under
someone.
the bite, right?
Yeah.
Like in Twilight. You're thinking about Twilight, right? Because it converts by
No,
bite
there-
in Twilight. If they
I was
survive the
thinking on-
feeding.
Really?
Yeah. No, like you don't kill your victim all the way and that venom turns them over 3 days in Twilight.
I was thinking on like they being able to do choice in some random settings, like the vampire
that-
bites and
Yeah,
chooses
that-
to infect someone.
Yeah, so you can go over what's in your specific media if you want, but there's not much point because there's really two options. Either the bite is either all the time or optionally enough, or they also need to have the vampire's blood. And you have no way of knowing which is the case in reality, right? Sometimes it's the vampire feeding on the victim over multiple nights as well. And the bite, kills them gradually. And that's how they turn, but
I want to check if they're breathing.
none of them are breathing. Anna has already certified, in her professional opinion, they dead.
So they're dead. They're not converted.
Well, they haven't risen again yet, if that's what you mean. But as many shots as that thing took, especially if you count the ones that you saw the police officers land on him, you saw a good dozen 9mm impacts on center mass from the police as well. At
Everyone
least.
knows that 90mm has low stopping power. If
Well,
it was
yes,
the good
but
.45 ACP, they would be dead.
Actually, like, I said one of the police officers emptied the clip in its back as it was feeding, so call it at least 24 rounds it took. And so clearly impacted. So, But time is passing, I'm gonna say at this point. You've checked everything. You can grab what you want. Half an hour has passed.
I
Yes, we
think we
just-
should go to the hotel, have a night's sleep, and then wait for this creature to kill someone else, and
No,
so we know where to look for it.
we are finishing this thing tonight. I think we should like grab some white monster energy drinks, a bunch of glass bottles, get ready, and we need to kill it.
Okay.
What,
Maybe
disagree is
20
like,
kilometers from here, there was an all-night, gas stop. You can probably get something there.
I also need some glass bottles. Anyone disagree with the idea? Like, we can't just leave the creature around.
You can at the very least get those tiny quarter-liter cola bottles. Just buy a bunch of expensive gas station Coke and You know.
The budget is there for this kind of situation. It's a business expense.
Yeah, sure. Tell the lawyers like, hey, we were hunting vampires. I'm not sure that's gonna come out of your per day expenses, like the extra they pay for you to live on the spot. I don't think you can expense 2 dozen bottles of coke at midnight.
Of course we can. We
Before we
just
head
sent a
out.
picture of the Molotov cocktails we made.
It's a legit company. They're not gonna approve of you trying to burn something down.
I'm going to write down on notepads and post-it notes and stick to the corpses. Wait here for backup, just in case, and also put in the sunlight where we can see you.
All right. You see Anna pull out a one of those sticky note books and start peeling them off one by one and putting notes on the officers. But what do at this point? There is a noise coming from the radios. This is dispatch. You're 5 minutes late for your check-in. Is everything clear over there?
Now let's not involve the police again. More people will die. Let's just go.
This is dispatch. Please respond.
We still have our recording equipment, right?
Yeah.
It's still there and
Yeah, the
something, so
police
we
took
can
it over. So,
can still check if the creature came back.
oh yeah, you'll probably get motion alarms. The battery should last until morning.
Let's go to the gas station.
All right. You head to the gas station. Oof. Yaxi. Okay. So you don't grab any police radios to listen in? Okay, good.
That is a crime. We don't do crimes.
Bacon stole handgun.
If you're
I
going
didn't
to
see
do a
that.
crime, you only do one crime at a time. I stole a handgun.
Okay, how much
So-
extra ammo do you steal?
I still 3 clips.
All right.
So
Must have gotten lost in the struggle. They must have used more than it looked like.
Yeah.
All right. You drive. To
maybe
the
some
gas
of it
station.
fell into water.
It's like a 15-minute drive. You arrive back there. So Coke bottles.
Bottles and energy drinks for everyone. We're not sleeping this night.
We're hosting a hackathon. That's why it's not weird. It's just a hackathon. Also, could you fill this with gasoline for us? Okay, you get I don't know, some kind of dry wipes as well, so you can just stuff them in the bottles, you know. Gas station hot
We are-
dogs to fuel up.
Just to be sure, I will check a YouTube video how to make Molotov cocktails.
They look a bit weirdly when they see a pale priest clutching a crucifix to his chest, walk in, look around, order a hot dog and a black coffee. He's definitely looking a little shell-shocked. It seems that that did not quite go as he might have expected. But all right, you load up. You are okay. How would that go, honestly? It has to be good for you. What's good for you? I know what's good for you. Alright, I have an idea. Okay. No motion alarms. But yeah, how would that go? Yeah, you'd assume, but they don't even know anything's wrong yet, Nyaxi.
Stop. If Bacon can access the YouTube video how to make Molotov cocktails, there should be internet.
I mean, there is, but it's really fucking shitty. Like, the gas station has free Wi-Fi.
And download is always faster than upload because the internet providers are evil
But
and they don't want to give you
I want to break Masquerade in character. Because we're investigative group and we finally found something.
No,
You
Something
can probably start sending screenshots of the video, like not all the video. Probably won't have time to compress everything,
Yeah, that
but
is.
you can probably send fragments to the radio.
yeah.
Radio friend.
You're
I will
just
send some
writing her messages of like
I will write her. We found supernatural creatures that kills people in this area. I'm sent. Due to internet being bad, I cannot upload the entire footage, but here are screenshots from it. I may not survive today. The end.
Do I see this?
We
yeah,
try
you
to
see him
we
on
are-
his laptop in one of those little tables they have in gas stations so people can eat their hot dogs in peace. He's just clicking away rapidly.
Do I see the expression to see what he's doing? Do I actually know what's going on? Do I get the feeling that we're going to get put into more danger?
No, he just looks pretty grim. Like all of you do.
Okay.
I'm not letting you put out this fire, Dad. Sorry. So, it's... You drive off after... Actually, like, you can just go down across the road and into the field, pour out the cokes, pour in the gasoline real carefully. So, it's... The priest gets a call, and at this point it's somewhere past midnight, and he goes off to... and you all hear him raise his voice, those of you who aren't pouring Molotovs. No. You don't understand. Do not follow it. Do not follow it. It is dangerous. Leave it alone. No, I don't care if your husband has a shotgun. Don't follow it. And yeah, there's he's actively in almost like a frenzy trying to talk someone out of taking matters in their own hands.
Probably distracted, so it's up to them to help out.
Yeah, he's gonna just presumably talk them down and try and convince them to like wait 5 minutes, I'll call you back. Just don't do anything. Not until you've talked with me. And he seems to be reasonably convincing. Because his thoughts had to go into something. I'm gonna need another coffee. The thing showed up at a family's home, and the kid had snuck down to watch TV. It tried to lure it out, and grab it. They chased it off. They want to follow it. There are a bunch of people getting together.
That may be a
Tell
good
you,
thing. Maybe we
tell-
should gather all of these people and follow it together.
Are
Follow
you
it together?
insane? They'll get killed.
just call them back. Tell that you set up a professional team to deal with it.
What do you mean professional team?
Do you
Why?
want them to go alone?
No, I
Just
don't. Dials back. Yes, I have consulted the church. It will be handled. Do not worry. The soldiers of God will protect us from the monsters.
If the prince hears about this, he's gonna be even more angry now.
Yeah, we're getting close to having to roll for frenzy. I mean, at that point, if the prince is old enough, and he might just shit himself. It's like, it's starting again. It's like
Better he tell Vienna or the Hunter's killing squad will destroy the premiere.
I mean, at this point, you hear about something like this, and it's now flashbacks, right? Because like stories like this, like, what do you mean the peasants stormed my friend's castle with Bibles and torches? What do you mean he's dead? He was an undead lord. How could he be dead?
And after that, with all the Molotovs done, I asked the priest, Father, can you pray over them, strengthen them? It's the two things a creature fears: the word of the Lord and fire. So if you combine
He's
them,
gonna pull out a vial of holy water, and he's gonna start going like, Lord, bless this weapon so that it may do your will on each one, as he draws a little cross on them in holy water.
until the end of the night, this priest is going to get through fate.
That or killed.
Yeah. But you shoot yourself in the foot. His name is Friedhelm, not Kenny, so he will survive.
People other than Kenny can die, Bacon. You don't know
Yes,
what's on his actual
one day away
feet.
from they are 1 day away from retirement, but he still has a long career ahead of him.
You know, this is his last night on the job. By definition, if he dies.
True.
Look, in that Changeling game, we made sure Kenny survived.
It
Yeah,
was a
it's-
fake name. It was not a real
It's funny,
Kenny.
in a lot of northern parts of Europe, this is a colder summer than usual. It's beginning, Dan. It has begun. The ice will move south once again.
We fixed global warming. No need to thank us.
The court of winter strikes back. Alright, you have your Molotovs, you have refueled, you have readied, it's nearly 1 p.m. There is a posse of all the German dudes with hunting weapons that are apparently waiting for the priest to show up to talk them out of it, because he calls them several more times on the way back and tries to talk them out of it. He is very much gonna suggest that they saw the thing. He doesn't trust them to do anything stupid. Should you see what's up?
That's inevitable.
Yeah, well, we're there anyway. Yeah.
Okay, so you detour towards town, and there seems to be there seems to be at this point like a good 6 dudes, mostly graying, mostly fat, but you see hatchets and rifles in evidence, and there's a bunch more people. There's like a little table set up. There's like a big pot of coffee that's been brewed. It seems that a church outing is in progress. Some ancient instinct in the European DNA towards Inquisition, perhaps. The people forget, but the community, somewhere deep down, remembers what must be done. You pull up, start getting out. Everyone seems to perk up when they see that the priest is there. He has a big ass cross, Bible at the ready. There's people with guns in the back. you can practically feel his reputation with the community going up. Like, the town will remember this. And yeah, they definitely seem to gather around, and from the gist of it, priest is quickly able to get them in order. It seems that they didn't quite follow his orders. They did follow the thing, but they didn't engage, and they followed it maybe a kilometer out of town to an old construction site.
Since we are in town, I'll begin uploading the video.
Absolutely, you go into the guest house and you start the upload, and presumably leave the laptop to upload while you are out.
Yes.
All right.
You did the right thing.
Well, you'll lose the connection moving around, so yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would just be with the priest and the group of people, like, listen to the situation, nodding at the bravery of the old folk, assuring them, yeah, we are going to get it.
They seem to be eager to go with you. It seems that the consensus is that a bigger posse is for sure gonna get whatever that thing is. And look at all these guns we have. Gun good.
I'll try to help to not get more people killed. This thing, bullets do not do too much. We already shot it, but it fled. But fire is what it's scared of. Fire and the word of God.
Listen to the young man, Thomas. Listen. God has provided us with aid in this hour of need. These people know what needs to be done. Trust them. There seems to be some argument along the lines of, it ate my little nephew a year ago. And I will roll charisma etiquette to see if the priest can calm down the situation and diplomatically get the point across that they really shouldn't be involved in this. It appears that it is a full success. They calm down, but they're gonna be here. If it goes, just they'll be ready.
Yeah, we have. If we die, the monster will be killed by angry peasants with shotguns and axes.
Seems like it, yeah.
Wait
I-
till
I
daytime,
just-
yes.
But like I think especially in rural communities, like in some weird way, like knowledge does get passed on by word of mouth. So I don't think it would be surprising that the religious part of town would have some social memory of what to do if monsters come to eat you in the night.
It's normal. Like the legends go around.
Exactly, right?
I know a lot of things on how to deal with witches because apparently there was lots of witches in this part of Brazil, like some hundreds years ago, up to the last 6 years. It's when they started to disappear.
You finally won, Bacon. The scourge is gone.
I do hope so. Maybe the population just increased that we don't see any more witch attacks.
There's just too many people to notice.
Yeah.
All right.
I would just recommend them, like, if you decide to go, if we fail our mission, that I doubt God is with our side, but in any emergency, if any of you approach, have someone with a torch nearby. And don't forget the crosses.
One of the guys just nods. My son keeps telling me he knows how to make napalm.
Smart kid. Let's go, father.
Let's finish
That
this.
is
I mean, at least it's not America, where if a group of old white people goes around with torches and nooses, it's another kind of hunt.
Wow. Yeah, at least there's that. Alright. You head towards a construction site. Don't have a construction site picture at the ready. But it seems like one of those buildings where like the frame of the building, like all the walls have been finished, but none of the windows or interior work has been done. So essentially it's just the bones of the building. They might as well base it off of that, maybe. Yeah, no, let's just go with that. It seems like it was some sort of like, it's hard to guess the purpose of it, right? It's a big concrete start of a building. It goes maybe 9 floors up. It's outside is finished, mostly maybe a couple of bits on top missing, but no, you know what? It's probably like couple of extra buildings not far from here. Google Maps says that you're near a train line. You think one of these might be an abandoned train station. It seems that this region, like at some point, mining was gonna be expanded or new mines opened, but as sometimes happens, the political party in charge of the government changed. Investments got shifted to East Germany to rebuild it after the Soviet occupation, and this place was defunded and construction never proceeded. So now you have a old half-finished couple of buildings from the late 80s or 90s.
Okay. So no damage to anyone's property when we burn down the place, right?
It won't burn, it's just a concrete carcass, like there
Yeah.
is nothing burnable really. Like maybe in the old train station, but not here. Unfortunately, as is often the case with, buildings without power or light fixtures, it is rather dark inside.
Have light in our van, just get some
You can
flashlights
put
with
on
us.
your GoPros and your helmet cams and the like.
Yeah. So it will
And
be a bit
flashlight.
dark, but we can see.
All right. What's the plan? Head in and hope you stumble across it?
I don't know how what's the situation. I have some academics. I have some nerd shit from time of university. Probably read some military book on another. So just basic doctrine. Just clear room by room, slowly going upwards. First thing we do is go outside, look what are the easy access to the building, like front entrance, back entrance.
Front entrance, back entrance, some sort of parking garage that has a big opening going down. So 3 points.
Right.
It looks like the back isn't really meant to be an entrance. It's supposed to be like some sort of mess hall or restaurant, but the big plate windows that were apparently planned for the place were never put in, so it's wide open.
I'm looking for recent damage or footprints. To get a
Perception
try.
survival. And academics is one of those things that requires a specialty. If it's something like military history, go ahead and put it in, but you should decide.
No, it's just I would just do the most basic that like a nerd would have, but
Yeah, but
don't know anything besides go floor by floor, make sure that everything is clear, and check the entrances. I think my specialty would be more in the philosophy area. I think that's what I studied.
Yeah, all right. You were able to find what the hunters from the church group were able to tell you. Like, when they told you exactly what to look for, like, you're able to find where the tracks are coming to this place. But you're not going to be able to track it across concrete. And this thing does seem to be trying to be stealthy. Okay, where do you head? Upwards? Or do you try to reach the basement?
I think basement first.
Alright. Yeah, you're able to
If I-
find the main stairwell. It's pretty wide. It seems like this was intended to be some sort of commercial building. This is probably office spaces. You start heading down. Organize yourselves in marching order, because you are going to be going down the stair. Or you can go side by side, more or less, like it's a pretty wide stair. It's meant to handle a fair bit of traffic.
I think it would
Shotgun.
probably be like me and the priest in the front.
All right.
Yeah, have a Molotov in hand and a shotgun in the back. And a sneaky pistol in my pocket for emergencies.
All right.
I'll go last, and I will be looking backwards.
Are you sure? I think I've killed you more than anyone else already.
Uh, it's because of the plasma pistols.
No, it's not. It's because I hate you. All right. You start creeping down into the basement. So you peek out into the basement. Your light catches the many pillars of what is an underground parking lot, and no vampy boy in sight just yet. You are at the bottom of the stairs now.
All around, scouting the place.
Okay, just start tracing the perimeter.
Yeah.
Perception alertness, everyone, if you would.
Alertness.
Yes, because monsters can sometimes hide. Defender wins. You do not perceive where it is hiding. But all of you, for some strange reason, due to having had to make contested rolls, feel like you're being watched.
I just. It was a shadow wizard, so I just start looking the shadows around, like paranoid. Any shadows shivering.
Well, there's a lot of moving light, so it seems like all the shadows are dancing.
I pull out the lighter and flick it on.
You hear a whisper of movement, Anna and Sam. You glance back, and you see a figure dart into the stairwell, coming from direction of the empty elevator shaft that was not closed off either. It is within sight. You may pursue.
It's climbing the elevator shaft.
No, it is. If you had to, like, you hear movement, you glance over there. It looks like it climbed out of the elevator shaft and is gonna run up the stairwell you came out of. It is
Okay.
looking to flee, not engage.
How far away are we from the stairs?
15 meters, maybe? If you beat it
No,
on
I need-
initiative, you could run and block the doorway.
I need to do the initiative now, alright?
Yeah, if we are looking to just preempt it and trap it here, that's what you would have to do.
Yeah, if I had an opportunity, I would try to throw a Molotov in front of it. To lock it in here.
Uh-oh. Is that an old roll or a new roll, Dan? I think it's an old one. There, yeet.
Did I even press it? That's an overall. I didn't press it yet.
Mm-hmm. I think Sam is the only one it beats so far. Let's see what the priest looks like. when in doubt, let Anna go first. So, Sam, what do? You and Anna glance back. You see it trying to make a run for it. Or, well, it's climbed out and it's presumably fleeing.
If I get a shot, I get a shot, I guess.
Okay, you're planning to shoot. Got it? Otto is planning to run up the stair and vanish in the wilderness. The priest is gonna forbid it to leave this place in the name of God. Anna.
Well, I got the lighter out already. I just need to grab the Molotov and try and get it.
Okay, you're gonna throw Molotov at it.
Yes.
What is the throwing range in this?
Trying to figure it out.
15 meters is not that far. I think a normie should be able to throw that far, right?
I'm looking at image rules because they're more specific about Molotovs, how they work.
Of course they are.
Where's the thing for this? Oh.
Lucas,
I throw Molotov as well.
at it. Okay. Well, you can actually move up by half a move, so you'll definitely be in range.
I'll move up a bit.
Not yet, you don't.
Not yet.
And
I
James,
would
you
also-
want to target the doorway.
Yes, in front of him. I
Okay,
just
now
need to
it's nice.
find him. Found Molotov. Not the description. Where's the? Why these books are so big? For fuck's sake. There's so much
200
to.
plus pages of magic system.
Okay, dodging the blast. I will just look for throwing on the other book. Okay.
Okay. You'll just eyeball it if it's that hard to find. Just make your dex athletics rolls at 6. Actually, yeah, let's call it a 6. I'm not gonna torment you. You're still gonna need to be police interrogated.
I have precise, so I
spelling
don't
willpower.
think it applies. Unless you consider trying to throw right in front of him, a precise throw.
I don't
Trying to
think
block
it
his
would.
way,
It's you're trying to hit a doorway effectively, right? So it's not exactly a precision thing.
I spent the willpower as well.
You're
Uh,
Can I spend willpower on
not on
damage?
combat rolls, no.
yeah,
Not on
Don't.
combat ones.
Except unless you're using like a mental power in combat, like magic or mind control, they allow it for those.
Can I use my telekinesis to aid the throwing?
It's within half a kilo. But what's the roll for using your telekinesis? Because I
Wits
think you can
and discipline, we said.
wits and discipline. You can use that instead of your dex athletics.
I think. Do I feel lucky? No, it's not the right time.
Okay. That's everyone. You impact the door frame. The door frame is on one side very much on fire. But the doorway is certainly not blocked. It depends on how afraid of fire it is. If it's able to push past being afraid of it temporarily, it can still duck through the doorway without getting burned. With 1. He will very much try and cancel as many of these successes as he can.
Out of those 4.
First off, try to abort into defensive, and then... So, what happens is, he drops to the ground and rolls to avoid Anna's Molotov. And you just see him roll under the arc of Lucas's throw, which hits him right above the groin, which means that his whole body is pretty much engulfed. Which means that he is very much on fire and has taken 3 points of aggravated damage because it's a full body exposure. And he just starts this ungodly wail, which seems that no human voice could ever utter, just this soul-rending scream of pure terror and pain. And Sam, he's on the ground. Difficulty goes up by 1.
Is anyone in the way? Am I hit, or am I just
No,
gonna be
you
fine?
have a clear
Okay.
shot. Like, honestly, he dove towards you. I'll let you step into point blank range if you're not afraid of being in the face of something with a lot of fire.
Let's not get that excited, not that enthusiastic about it.
Alright.
That's a punch.
That is a botch. You know, the shot goes off, but presumably you have Molotovs on you. You shoot. Yay, I'm getting really good at this gun stuff. And you see that the blast has ignited one of the Molotovs stuck in your pants pocket. You're gonna need to very carefully remove it next turn, because right now it's burning the Vic.
That's fair, I will do that.
Okay, which brings us back to Sam. Sam, what do?
I'll remove the thing, and I'll save myself from this.
Okay, I will require a Dex Athletics to see if you manage to burn yourself.
Surely whenever my turn comes
Yeah,
around.
when your turn comes around. The vampire is... He has no presence of mind. He wishes to depart this location. He will try to run past all of you and towards the open garage door, which is maybe, call it 50 meters away from him, so it'll take him more than 1 turn to reach there. And he's just gonna be trying to pack himself as much as he can on, on his way. The priest is loudly proclaiming that you shall not depart, God's judgment be upon thee.
He's proclaiming that while getting in the way of the monster.
I think he probably, he doesn't intend to, but he sure as hell ain't moving. He's distracted by his prayer, so he's holding out the cross and the monster is gonna try and push past him.
Have to finish it this round to make the priest gain true faith. Alright.
Anna.
How many Molotovs did we have?
3 each. You would have to
Well-
split... Well, if you use your magic, you can pull it out, light it, without having to use a separate action, because I'm gonna let you not split, because you don't need to fumble with it, you just need to establish control and yeet it.
Yeah, it'll cost me a willpower to activate it, but yeah.
This is a gasoline fire, so it goes up hot and fast, but it burns out quickly. So on this round, if no additional fire is added, it's going to be 2 points of ag. And on the next, it's going to be 1. So it's going to decay quickly.
Let's see if it works, though.
On your turn.
Yeah.
Lucas.
I don't have the strength to stop it, so I'll throw another Molotov at it.
Okay, you will need to split between readying it and throwing it this turn. So you have dex
basically
athletics
you-
of 6 dice?
6.
Yeah, so you'll need to devote some of them towards drawing the Molotov at difficulty 4, and some of them for the actual throw. And you can decide how many dice you want to assign to each action. And James.
James. I will. Yeah, like I'll try throwing another one. I'll
Alright.
move back to keep up with the creature. Also, like not going away. So he would try and need to pass through me. Probably I'm going to get a bit burnt, but fuck it. But yeah, 3 dice to take another Molotov. Perfect. 4 dice to throw at the creature.
Alright. It is completely concerned with patting out as much fire as it can, so it gives 0 fucks right in the face, in the fangs. Crack! Its head is very much on fire, and there's fire running down its back now as well. Lucas. Watch.
I spend 2 dice on picking it up and 4 on throwing.
Okay, difficulty 4 to draw. Success. Okay, it goes sailing past. You feel the heat wash over you as it explodes a couple of meters from you, James. Anna.
Alright, that was the telekinesis.
Might make sure
So,
that it's at
long
the right
enough.
difficulty. Yeah, or is it always at 6 for mortals?
When I was going through it, I didn't exactly see the difficulty for it.
Because I know for Tremere it varies.
All it said was the effects of it. How
If it
per
doesn't
success
stay
I
at
get
6,
turns.
I'll check it after maybe,
No.
but
Psychic Lumina is telekinesis, right?
yeah.
Doesn't state it.
But he can dodge it with his regular dodge rules and all that kind of thing. But he's prone at the moment.
He's not going to. He is trying to put himself out. He's in Rotrek effectively. Like there is no.
Yeah, the difficulty, like usually the telekinesis is a contested. Like they set the base to be a contested roll, so it doesn't specify a difficulty for just throwing things. Probably 6 is a reasonable amount for something
With
simple
Tremere
like
for
that.
first level of path, it would be a 4, but I'll think about it in between. So don't worry about it for the moment. But yeah, you yeet it, hit him in the back once he's passed. He is completely on fire. The priest stands in his path bravely. I think that getting charged by vampire is a bad career move, but there you have it. The priest believes in the glory of God. So, would he buff his strength for this? You know, the priest needs to die. Bacon assumed that he was gonna live. We can't have him live. Buff strength by 2 and activate potence. So the priest just gets cracked across the face. There's a few licking flames on his jacket, but he hasn't seemed to caught fire, but he is definitely catches a good smack. I'm not even gonna track the remaining blood. He has enough in his system. He's gonna be dead long before it runs out. And the priest is not able to soak any of it. His jaw isn't broken, it's just bashing, but he gets hit hard enough and it gets probably partially dislocated, so he's not going to be uttering any more prayers right now.
That was like 4 damage or just 3 damage?
3.
Okay. Injured. Okay.
You are not fighting a very experienced vampire. So that happens. The cross did not work. And Sam.
Dex athletics you saw though?
Yes, at 6.
Can I willpower this or is it all my luck?
You can't willpower this. This is a very combat situation, and I want you to burn Witch.
There you go.
Okay, you fish it out, just don't roll it away. But you are fine. The creature, you can see its clothes, what's left of them, they have come apart. You can see that it is his body fat that's burning now. He is coming apart under the heat of God's fire. Last turn. Sam, what do?
Just back away from the thing and try and not get hurt. You know, we obviously have basically water.
Okay. He's gonna keep running and keep trying to put it out. Father is gonna try to stand up. He can't speak, but he's gonna stand up and pick up his cross. Anna.
Well, hopefully no one saw my last action, so I'm going to attempt to shoot it with the rifle.
You were tossing Molotovs, lighter in one hand, Molotov in the other. The rifle is not at the ready. Best case, it's on your back.
I mean, that's what it would have been.
I sure hope none of you missed your shots back at the quarry and there aren't any rifle rounds or the like that could be recovered by the police and matched to guns.
There's one round that escaped his body during the healing.
Exactly.
The other, by your description, they got disintegrated.
Could be. But at least one was described as having escaped, that's true. You can ready the gun and shoot, Dan. Like, how bad would it be if you actually shot James, really? Like, he can heal, right? Mortals are notoriously resilient to gunfire.
I mean, if it passes right through, I'm practicing medical things. He'll be fine if I shoot him once.
Yeah, well, declare. So, ready
Yeah,
gun.
I'm gonna ready gun and pew.
Okay, Lucas.
I want to throw another Molotov.
Die, monster! Okay, got it, James. You could step within point blank of it at this point. Like it kind of like it's very close to you. It's like 4 or 5 meters away.
I shoot it. Do I want to do the last point of damage that it has and get the pleasure of being the one to kill it? Yes, I want.
You don't want
I
to
would
rush
just-
forward and pat it out once it collapses.
I will draw my a shotgun, and I want to be the one to finish.
Okay, so you step
Uh,
closer and aim at the creature.
Actually, I'm so close. I just want to explode its head.
Uh-huh.
I want to feel the pleasure of seeing it die. I want to see its flaming brains everywhere. So let's try with two dice. Draw here. Shotgun? One. I just fumble it.
You just see James fumbling with the gun, an eager look on his face flickering in the fire. Lucas.
Rolling to
Watch.
take it up. I don't.
You fumble with it, it falls to the ground without shattering and starts rolling away from you. Which brings us to Anna. Ready, gun.
Yep, I'm ready up. Yep. And moving is trying to keep up with it, you know.
Mm-hmm. Well, everyone wants the kill shot.
It's my nature. I need to be the one responsible for more bodies.
Well, that is certainly true. You already let Sam beat you last time with those police officers. I'm not seeing your roll, Dan. Or rolls.
The roll for keeping up, or
No, like you already declared that you wanted to gun it, right? So to draw and to shoot.
so you're okay then.
Yeah, split to draw your weapon and to shoot it.
So wait, that's half. No, how does it be an uneven number? So do we roll up or roll down?
No, it doesn't have to be evenly. You assign as many dice as you want to each action. Hell, you can try and roll with one dice.
The chat way
well
is
then.
rolling with one dice, but sometimes you fail. The drawing is a difficult 4. It should be easy.
So I'm drawing at 3. So athletics for drawing? Was
No
it?
firearms for drawing this.
Wait, hold on. No, I'm splitting it. What am I saying? That's my drawing.
It should be a difficulty 4 reroll. Okay, and now to fire.
At 4 as well.
No. James was specifically trying to stay as close to it as possible. You were. Okay, 8 damage dice. Let's see. Well, now since it is unbuffed, it can't soak, so you take it in the back. You're pretty sure you lodged it in the spine. It goes down. And Sam, you were... What were you gonna do? Pew pew?
I was just gonna step back from
Right, you are trying to be careful, okay. Luckily, the building will not ignite because it is very much concrete. It burns for another 2 points. It is very much into deep torpor. I treat, even with aggravated, the first point past torpor is like a... Players get the chance to preserve the body, so it hasn't disintegrated yet. You have 1 turn to try and put it out, if you wish. The priest is gonna walk up to it and he's gonna aggressively present a cross to its burning away corpse.
I would just stare at it with glee in my eyes. I guess. Burn.
Okay.
We are better than you. You were defeated.
The priest's jaw is like off to one side. He is gonna need heavy medical attention for weeks. Or well, maybe not weeks, but like it's gonna be in pain for weeks. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's not a whole lot my medical can do for that at the moment.
I mean, you could reset his jaw in the field if you want.
I mean, I could try.
I mean, that's some screaming shit. I doubt you have like heavy painkillers with you.
That's right.
Like you're not that kind of doctor to carry that in your... Like you probably
No.
have like a car medikit, right? Like one of those small emergency kits, and that's probably the most of what you carry.
Usually your patients don't complain about pain.
That's true. But since you are not interfering, it turns into greasy ash and disintegrates, leaving bits of clothing and the like with it. But that's it. I will leave you to consider for a second as I step away what your next moves are and how you wish to avoid heavy police entanglements.
Honestly, we just lean in with the community. We just return the priest. Maybe we clear the ashes. Tell everyone we killed a monster, and we would need help of the community to deal with the police because the monster killed police officers.
Exactly.
And of course, we're just going to openly say what we did because the world needs to know about the monsters hidden within and how we
I am
are
curious.
fighting against it.
Could something happen to the computer which uploaded the video?
If you're unlucky, they would have the princess
Probably.
might have sent someone.
It's very unlikely they would find us at this time. It's probably like almost finishing the upload.
And
been-
it was the computer alone without us.
So
That makes it even less likely.
if you want to take it back, maybe there's some time to return and cancel, but probably went through.
No, it already uploaded.
Probably went everything through.
Okay, I sent the picture of this pile of ash to the pirate broadcaster,
Uh-huh.
and I go to the computer to retrieve it.
Well, before you do, there is one thing that's left on the body that you are able to recover. It seems that on a sturdy chain around its neck, it was wearing a piece of jewelry,
Mhm.
which I
I
can drag
make a-
out onto the map for your viewing pleasure.
I made a photograph of this piece of jewelry and sent the photo of it to the pirate broadcaster.
You can zoom in if you want, or I can make it bigger. There, observe.
I just take it.
Hmm.
And I say, oh, I think we should clear this pile of ash, probably get it to a place so you can, you know,
There's a hiss of
do
pain
your
as the
priestly dues.
priest tries to speak, and then he pulls out a vial of holy water and starts sprinkling and mixing it in with the ash. Who is searching the body and who is handling the jewelry? You said you
I
picked
just
it
take
up,
it.
right?
I just start staring at it, trying to.
Perception
Oh,
awareness.
it's simple.
You sense the faint hum of energy from it. It's less of a wild outpouring of anything and more like a steady tone that is tied into this. Something very structured and controlled. Not powerful, but very controlled.
I just tie the chain around the thing and just put it in my pocket.
Add 1 Tremere amulet to inventory.
What's say Tremere amulet? Come on. Mystical amulet.
Just make sure that you can reference where it's from, should it come up in the future.
Oh, that's right. Cool. Yeah, let's clean this place up and go without the rest of the community, without the creature.
There are some scorch marks on the walls that will not be quite that easy to clean up. Like you'll need to spend a couple of hours scrubbing it to try and make it invisible that fire raged here. But certainly the ashes are easy enough to remove.
Yeah, just remove the ashes. Probably not good, even with the holy water on it.
Collect them. We should collect the ashes.
Yeah.
The priest puts a hand on your shoulder and shakes his head.
We need to safely dispose of it somewhere.
He nods and hisses as that shifts his jaw.
Maybe the community folk can help us clean this place after.
He pulls up his phone and types in a note, "Hospital, please."
Sure. Let's go. Let's go and just drive him to where the people were staying to tell what happened.
Okay. Gonna get out. There's you look a bit frazzled, like whenever you do, like when you get hit by heat, it's like, you know, you look half melted even if you're not actually damaged. More of a shell-shocked look in your eyes. There's the enthusiasm for the hunt definitely goes out of them when they see the state of the priest, but he just slowly nods at them, half smiles as much as he can while being in a lot of pain and gives them a double thumbs up.
The monster was vanquished. I'll take the priest to the hospital. If anyone could help and clean the place, let's not leave the wheels fires. There's some burns on there. It would be polite if we clean the place. We fought the monster.
One of the guys comes up. We looks at the others. We all appreciate what you did. And if anything happens, you were with us the whole night in a vigil for Sabine at the church right here.
And the priest, he was leading it, and suddenly he fell
It's,
and hurt
yes,
his.
that pulpit of his, the one of the steps, it needed fixing forever. Horrible accident.
I'll take him to the hospital.
Okay. So it seems that the townspeople, in their gratitude, are willing to provide you with an alibi for the horrible murder of 8 police officers and a missing handgun. Unfortunately, this is police, so the one downside that you will have to face is that most of your ghost monitoring equipment, except your mobile cameras, like GoPros and the like, is going to be unavailable for a month until it's released from evidence. So they're going to hold on to that, and you're lucky that it moves that quickly, because police can hang on to electronics for years before returning them. So
Regarding
for
electronics, what happens to the computer?
your computer, the one that's in the guest house, so that's fine.
Yes. I called the pirate broadcaster.
Huh? Lucas, it's 3 a.m. What the
It's an
fuck,
emer-
Lucas?
It's an emergency. This is like the best story ever.
Lucas, are you losing your fucking marbles? It's always the best story ever, and it's always the Nazi moon base on the dark side of the fucking moon. Call me in the morning. I had a long evening.
As you wish. I end the call.
Well, probably everyone hears this call, right?
If you're having it together, I presume you're sticking together in case there's more vampires, or if the police officers rise or whatever.
I just asked, do you think we should tell everyone about it, or should we, like the other vampires went after us, they probably didn't know about this guy. Maybe they would be happy we killed him, but I'm not sure if we should mess with them or not.
First of all, it wasn't them. Those were Lamian vampires, and this is another type of them.
Yeah, but that's assuming that the Warhammer classification is accurate.
Yeah, but like it can be a different kind, but if one
It's not
exists,
just a
the other
different kind, it's
exists.
different organization entirely. Like, to be fair, to calling those things organization would be an
Yeah,
too much.
but again, I want to, like, Lucas doesn't know if the Warhammer thing is real. It's just the best knowledge he has available.
I get what you're saying. Probably they don't like each other, clear different things. One as group of well-dressed people controlling high society. The other, some weird monster thing that dabbles in some weird necromancy. Understandable. But I don't think like they were already with the old detective, like, even things that were not related to them already cleaning things out and solving issues. I think if we share the story with too much people, we might be the next on the kill list, like the other group.
Do you want to go on the cleanup list? Well, do you?
I don't think we should show everything. Maybe set up like emergencies in case we die. We share the story, but I don't want to be murdered by those monsters.
While you're talking, I want everyone to write their current willpowers in chat. For no particular reason. Okay. You may discuss among yourselves. Tomorrow, the police interrogations will start once they start discovering how fucked this whole thing is, and apparently there's still a killer on the loose.
I don't think that's a
I
good idea to share
set up
that much.
I set up an email account. Basically, the idea is if I don't check up into it every week,
Mm-hmm.
it will send a message to basically every news source I know. And I upload all our videos to that system.
Okay.
So if we all die, an explanation what happened. So if I don't check in every week, it will it will get triggered by itself.
All right. Essentially, I'm asking, what do you want to do before tomorrow rolls in and you're all detained for questioning?
Yeah,
I
I
just
want
make
to
sure to hide the firearm. I just
Under a rock, down the road, by a distinctive tree?
yeah, just put it in a bag, like find some dirt that is a bit loose, so it doesn't look like it was too much digging in a specific hole, and just put it there.
All right. Okay.
I'm calling Carl and letting him know that I'm probably being detained.
Okay. Carl is your internal thing, right?
Yeah, my agent guy.
Okay. So, tomorrow rolls around. You are indeed placed into police custody. It is federal cops based out of Stuttgart, since apparently the local cops got slaughtered and it's a big fucking thing. And you are held and interrogated for most of the day. They get your false stories down, which is just that you found something weird, shared with the police, and then just waited for the outcome and hope to get your equipment back.
While we're waiting, we were in the vigil with the churchgoers, praying for the old lady.
All right.
Did you find her, officer?
Apparently they have not. There are specialized teams going with people are heavily armed into the thing. They have like the German special police forces, like I don't know what it's called in Germany, but essentially the SWAT equivalent, with automatic weapons going after this guy now, along with the rescuers. So there's teams of SWAT along with like a experienced combat medic or something, just sweeping, looking for her. And okay. Several days pass, and all of you realize that you were interrogated well after nightfall, but the interrogations after nightfall you can't remember at all. They're completely gone from your memory. Gonna say that about a week passes when God damn it, it doesn't do it correctly. Just gonna do it by hand. There. Friday the 11th. You still have the mystical amulet. The gun is gone. when you check the email account, it seems that the alarm has been turned off and the file has been deleted. The file has also been deleted from your server where you uploaded it and your computer. And you don't know if the pirate broadcaster still has it or not. She hasn't contacted you about it. And, well, you haven't been able to call her for a week. And I would say that the 9mm firearm has also been stolen from you. It looks like the ground has been recently disturbed and dug up.
Yeah, and I just wanted a secret gun for when the time comes.
Sorry, not this time. It was part of your description of hunting the beast, so therefore they knew about it.
Yes, if I want to go, I will have to go like Kurt Cobain.
Yeah, I was considering that maybe at least one of you would fail to, or like the dominate would fail on one of you or something, but
But we are pretty trained. It was a very intensive last night.
yeah, and you know, you don't even know what it was necessarily, but like you all know that there's holes in your memories. Luckily for you, there's no reason to, or there's no justification for necessarily euthanizing you because you didn't challenge the Camarilla and you're technically on the right side of the masquerade to know this stuff, since most of you are wizards at this point of one kind or another, but you know, kind treatment for fellow supernaturals only goes so far.
Sure.
YouTube chat suggests that you'll either end up embraced or dead, which is the usual pipeline for hunters.
Well, I'm up to change the image to a vampire game at any moment.
Sure thing. But you are finally released, you're finally free to see each other, and it seems that no charges have been pressed. There is probably a note, like in between the screen and the keyboard with your laptop, where it's like sitting closed when you open it on fine parchment. It's written in handwriting in cursive. Thank you for addressing this issue. Please don't look into this further. It seems that the horrible slaughter that has been going on here has not reached national news, and in fact, some children have indeed been going into the mines. It seems that it was a fad among the children of this town to go into the mine zone and there, and there will be a new program in school speaking about dangers and such to prevent this kind of thing from happening in the future. But it's all getting explained away as accidents and the like. And unfortunately, Sabine did not make it out alive. It seems that she had been in a cave-in looking for a lost relative, and she died of her injuries in the hospital. You know, she's an older woman, pneumonia, and having been in the cold for like 36 hours, like her body just couldn't handle the infection.
A pity.
But yeah, you removed the threat, and you even got to retain most of the memories about it.
And those Slavian vampires really are everywhere. They also want the police, I guess.
You will see that
So
the
they didn't-
Pirate broadcaster has posted a story about a ghost that lured people down into the mines and to their horrible deaths in cave winds and just by getting them lost down there. But nothing about a blood-sucking monster that was, happily killing people. And either they got to her, which is bad, or she's already in cahoots with them, which is bad, or she's just not interested in breaking the masquerade, which is bad.
So they didn't take the mystical amulet.
No, that happened after the hunt was over. You did not recount that when they were modifying your memory, so they don't know about it.
Fair.
The
So
gun
yeah,
was
I
stole
just-
during the hunt, so that they knew about.
So yeah, I just stare at it when I'm alone. Probably would take the rest of the time we paid the house to just relax a bit. We did the thing. We killed the evil monster. We saved the city. We deserve a bit of rest.
How many
just-
days do you want to take to rest? You can just rest here and recover willpower for days spent resting.
I've asked at least 4. I need 3 willpower, I think. I need 3 willpower, so I would ask at least 3 days. I'm not sure who is more drained. You paid for like 2 weeks or something?
Yeah, you can just. Yeah, you can stay for another 3 days.
I would at least like to see the priest before we leave, so when he is a bit better, we can speak.
Yeah, he's free, but like there's a huge purple bruise along the side of his face when you go to him. And it's when you speak with him, it seems that he does not remember things as you did. He remembers trying to go down with some volunteers, namely you, to look for Sabine and trying to find a cave in, but the caves were unstable and he got hit in the face with rocks, so you decided it was too dangerous to proceed and helped get him out safely. But he has no memory of fighting monsters or throwing molotovs or anything of the like.
Yeah, I would just thank him again for helping us.
No, thank you for helping our community.
Indeed, you are very brave, Father, but don't worry about it. You really are with God. Thank you.
You know,
Can I
just
just
stop
think-
by if you're ever around these parts. You know, always nice to see a young man of faith and, better reform your ways, witch. He's glancing at Sam.
Looks like vampire powers are more powerful than the word of God. That's interesting to note.
Maybe his faith was just too weak.
No, he's a proper priest. Like, if his faith is weak, whose faith is strong enough to fight vampires? Maybe they
Maybe
were
the
only
nun.
afraid of the fire. She's an angel. It's different.
Maybe God is losing the war against Satan. Maybe that's the last plot to try and turn it around, assassinate Lucifer, and turn the tide. Right? And I assume that the plan is to spend 2 days recovering and then on the evening of the second day, psychometry the amulet.
I'm a bit afraid of doing psychometry on him, but yeah, I will do it.
Alright?
It's base 8, right? 7. 7. Yeah, 7. Or for it. I fail. So I try next day.
All right. Sure thing. I mean, at this point, we can have a longer time skip if you want, because you can write up some bullshit about this place, put some footage together, look at this figure with moving in the dark without a heat signature. Okay, vague impressions.
Yeah, I'm busy writing up the report where I can get together and Also-
Sadly, it's only for 24 hours, so not going to do anything.
Oh,
I need at least
I'm
6
taking-
successes to extract.
I'm taking note of the symbol on the amulet and designing a business card with the symbol on it.
are you insane?
Yes.
My sanity got consumed by the night. Okay, what can you get? Like, is it time limit or is it the info about the owner?
I can with 1 success I can get of the owner. So as I won't be able to see what happens in 24 hours because it's just me staring at it. Probably will just revert to the basic 1 success.
But
So
you're
I get the
using
identity.
level 1 ability, right?
Yeah. Oh no, I thought I was looking at the successes amount. What is the successes amount? Oh yeah. Sorry. I'm being a bit retarded.
Yeah, I figured, because this
So yeah,
does not
I
sound
get
how
yeah.
it was before.
Yeah, I was a bit confused as well. Sorry. Just a bit of sleep. But yeah, blurry details, poorly scrambled television signal about the owner of the object.
Okay. Let's see. Owner of the object or the most significant visitor of the place. You have no idea where it's at or how. You see him kneeling amidst a circle of hooded figures, making oaths, sealing them with blood, drinking from a chalice, swearing oaths, and at the end receiving this with great reverence. And then you see him constantly wearing it again and again and again. And you get the impression that it's a key of some sort, that it unlocks something. And he was very proud of having it.
I just stare at it. A smile comes to my face.
A way in. Where are your wards now, wizard?
I can do something else. I think I can run a Google search based on the image of this amulet.
Alright. Give me a intelligence computers to pull some information from the web.
Really?
Okay, 1 success. I should give you some tidbit. What tidbit should I give you? It is from France. It's probably some sort of 4chan thread from like 2 weeks ago of someone's conspiracy board. There is like a wax seal with this imprint that someone's found, and the conspiracy board says that this is an organization that serves something called the Toreador. And that's the only bit you randomly find on the internet after days of searching. And this is how Hunter conspiracy walls that are completely inaccurate form. There's a lot of hints in it along lines of if you know, you know, and I cannot share too much outside the dark web.
The dark web on Reddit, where Toreador is probably a banned word.
No, it's on 4chan. What do you mean? Me, hunting vampires, ready to carry the word of God.
Yeah, the real vampires are using Infinity Chan through Tor network.
I would have no idea how they would do it. It's probably banned to use any electronics at all by now. Unless you're on the counter-espionage units. But what's your next move? The hunt is successful.
Go back home and look for the next case. Save the
Alright.
day.
And you have a key.
Yeah.
Your only real prize for all this effort.
I have a key for a secret group of vampire wizards. They probably have some magical artifacts, powerful books, or something else. Maybe it's a key to an item of power. Don't know.
It's a shame you never found its lair.
All vampires are wizards, so
Sure.
vampire wizard is like a piece of bread with piece of butter with piece of butter.
Yeah, I mean, it's it's they are very autistic wizards.
He played Tremere, he knows all about autistic.
Yeah. But for our knowledge, all the vampires are wizards, yes.
Alright. Then why don't you all describe to me how your characters deal with the aftermath and coming down from this experience? Because you all could have died there, and you all know for a fact that supernatural shit is very, very terrifyingly real now, even if you can't prove it to anyone else.
I can go first. Like, there's still some shock to it. But really, James was never that much danger. He was not the first one the vampire ran after. When the creature was fleeing, like he wasn't the one punch. So he's still a bit detached from the idea of maybe that's something dangerous. It's just still on the hype of I just killed some monster. It was afraid of me. I'm hunting it. I'm better than it.
Alright.
I found an ancient artifact of power, a key to some powerful wizards. I'm the best. So it inflated a lot of his ego.
Oh no.
He never got to the point that, maybe I'm still a mortal man. No. He killed something that was immune to bullets. I'm not a mortal man. I'm better than that.
See, if you shoot yourself once a day with a 9mm, gradually over time you'll develop immunity by vaccinating yourself.
You have to start with something smaller. You start with BB gun, then you go for a 22 long rifle, and you increase your caliber until you are immune to .50 BMG.
I see how it is. When are you starting Bacon?
I'm already started.
I see. Alright, who wants to go next?
Lucas witnessed how vampires operate on two several occasions. He's seen them mind controlling people, controlling government or offices, organizations, and removing people's memories. Based on all of this data, he concludes that vampires did something to his sister and removed everyone's memories about it.
It's a huge cover up. There was never a body. They could have just wiped everyone's minds.
Yes, we already witnessed two huge, one small and one huge cover up.
Indeed. Well, some party of neonates earned a minor boon from an elder for that one, I can tell you that much. Alright, so your sister is still out there. I see how it is. Who wants to go next?
I guess I'll go next. Anna's definitely little bit traumatized, but comes to the conclusion that trauma can help unlock the power. Maybe. Being able to use it successfully.
In order to break reality, you have to break your mind first.
That's why I posted that GIF, but yes. And also for the gun to the head.
Oh, I got that reference.
Okay. Nyaxi.
That was completely foggy.
Uh-huh. You always knew there was something out there.
No, not like that.
Yeah, no, it's just that cope, right? Like, magic exists in the realm of the spirit these days. Magic like that is no longer possible if it ever was on this plane. And then it's like vampire rushing at your face, like, chomp.
Yeah, like the vampire never quite rushed at me. I think what's more getting to me by now is constantly having my mind violated by other vampires.
And
Killing
you
me
thought
to
you
build up my
you were
willpower.
strong, that you could.
Yeah.
And you can always go back to the caves and try and put the ghosts to rest and cleanse the place, right? There's
Yeah,
no
maybe.
danger there anymore. But you have a report of some kind for the next week. What's going into that report? Like, what is the story? Dan, you said Anna was writing up the report. What's the spin on this? Like, what kind of story do you tell? What kind of evidence do you log with the lawyers? Like,
Well, I log it that it was mostly
because you kind of have to fabricate some bullshit at this point, right?
yeah, I'm trying to cover it up a bit. So I'm practically saying that a madman was kidnapping people and killing them and people in the mining shaft.
I think that was too close to the truth. Like, we have the report of the psychic talking about ghosts. My report about things that some wizard in the past did an evil ritual there. I think we can follow with the real story of like people getting lost. That there was the spirits of the ritual were calling people there to join them, but we managed to clear it. Like, we even have the pings we got from the motion camera. Like, oh, we got the pings, but there was nothing in the footage. Probably a ghost was passing by, you know?
Okay. You know, the fact that there was like a big police investigation does mean that people were vanishing, and like you did technically help the investigation or something, right? So it's like, you know, you might even get back doctored footage for, you know, like Sabine stumbling down the road with the actual thing edited out. Look at how she's moving, that's not natural. A ghost is leading her into the caves to be buried.
Mass hysteria. For mass destruction.
Okay, yeah. Ghosties. Gotcha. So, what's the next investigation you want to do?
I have to find like clearly we are on the right track. We need to kill more of these evil vampires. The cool vampires are allowing us to.
Do I not have my chat GPT thing open? Had a thing prepared. Okay, so you want to
There's
look
also-
for signs of more vampires. How do you go about that? Look for other places where people are vanishing?
Yeah, similar cases of vanishing around the southern part of Germany can even be a bit further away.
Mm-hmm.
Like over time, people vanishing around the same area like we did, probably using the same software to see if like detect if the vanishings are related or if they are just disconnected or not.
Go ahead and make another intelligence computers roll then, Lucas. And the rest of you can make investigation rolls or something else you think is appropriate for turning up leads.
What's happening? Like, really, what's happening?
The dice hate you. Well, it doesn't seem like Lucas is gonna turn up anything good. It seems that a lot of bodies were found in the cave, so that is throwing news mention statistics off. This only works when there's relatively little noise. Okay. Dan got one as well. So, yeah, let's go with this one. So you have a lot of callers that you know, lot of letters, that sort of thing coming in. It seems that what was it, Frankfurt, that Changeling game was close to? Do we like, is Frankfurt close
think
to
so.
Stuttgart? Thought it was relatively close.
It wasn't that far.
It's like a 2-hour drive.
But it's close to the.
Wasn't another like Freiburg maybe? I remember it was another city where
Oh, yeah, it wasn't Frankfurt. We were down in the Black Forest, right? Or-
Yeah.
yeah. I think it was Freiburg.
Yeah, Freiburg is also
Kaiserslautern.
too.
Freiburg.
Kaiserslautern.
Let's go with Kaiserslautern. I think it's in the area. So
Oh no, yeah, Baden-Baden. Yeah, I remember more. Yeah, we were down south.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Baden-Baden is like 90 minutes away by the Autobahn.
So Kaiserslautern is looks like relatively small city, but you have several letters coming in from there. There is a support group for people who suffer from sleep paralysis, and several of them are asking you to scry or psychic what is happening to them and if there's a monster that needs to be exorcised, because they are all apparently seeing a similar shadowy figure when they wake with sleep paralysis in the middle of night. And it seems to be radiating pure terror, and they are very, very scared.
Mhm.
It probably picks at your eye because there's several of them that all have written to you, and it describes a shadowy creature, perhaps another shadow mage.
Yeah, I would for sure. Yeah, let's check it out. Maybe find the Shadow Mage bases.
Before departing, I think we should tell our employer that we'll go to that place and we should ask for a Starlink terminal, like funding for it.
How expensive is
Fortunately,
Starlink?
it's actually surprisingly affordable if you live in a civilized country.
So out of your reach, eh, Bacon?
Yeah, you can only pay in USD. That's the issue. So, what is reasonable for someone that gets paid in USD? It's not enough for people that get paid in shit currencies.
It's $349.
And then it's like another, what, 100 or so for the
Another
upload?
80 per month.
I'd say 3 dots of shared resources, that is an expense you can afford. So we'll consider Starlink for the future, like you have a singular Starlink terminal as part of your arsenal, but you do not have all your cameras that you can statically set up. They're still in police custody, along with your, deployable hub.
Mm-hmm.
So best you can do right now is
Yeah,
rig your GoPros to transmit.
yeah. Their unlimited plan with T-Roam, that is the portable one. It's like you pay 400 for uh the, the panel itself, and it's 160 for unlimited data for per month, or 50 for 50 gigabytes.
Okay?
So it's actually a decent amount. You could upload large videos in emergencies.
Okay, so I will start the file for the next investigation, and we are going to Kaiserlautern for another shadow monster. This one preying on sleeping people. And let's see if it's big enough for a Sabbat presence.
We also need to put more notes into general knowledges. We all know that vampires are resistant to bullets but weak to fire.
Population. It's a decent sized city, 100,000 people. So it's not tiny by any measure. And it is close to the Black Forest, where the winds of winter are beginning to blow.
It'd be a shame if someone unleashed and destroyed our equipment.
I have no idea what you're
Bullets,
talking
vampires,
about.
maybe.
I'm not
Vampires
gonna send you against the Fae
on fire.
anytime soon. Are you mad? You die.
There are different groups of vampires. Some of them are shadow wizards.
Indeed.
Shadow Wizards Money Gang.
Alright. But yeah, that's the hint. A sleep paralysis demon of some description. Is there anything you wish to do to prepare? Perhaps make sure you have hairspray for flamethrowers to scare the thing off.
Yeah, we prepare
I
some
don't-
better bottles.
Let's buy an actual flamethrower.
You can't have one, fuck you.
Yeah, Germany, I don't think they have flamethrowers for cleaning.
I will
It's bad for the
say,
environment.
you can do this. Silver is relatively cheap. You could manufacture some sort of homemade silver slug. And, fish out the buckshot and put a slug in its place.
Oh, yeah,
Like a
silver slug.
MacGyver, a silver bullet.
I'll make sure we always have a stock of glass beer bottles in the van, and the jerry can is always full.
Okay, so it's like, officer, we're paranormal investigators. Do you really think we're not drunks? Well, what you need is also a cooler of fresh beer to sell the legend.
Yeah.
But okay, do you wish to tie the Starlink terminal into the van to turn it into a true mobile command center, or do you wish to have it deployable with battery packs?
I think setting up in the van is better because if we have it as deployable and we carry with us, like we can lose it in a riskier operation.
Alright, then you can
The van is safer.
100% install it into the van's electronic system. There's probably some sort of secondary engine hooked into the van and a diesel generator. Think probably, right? Or you have hooked up like a bigger electrical generator to the van to just run the thing more.
I think it's a pretty low power thing. I think if we
Well, yeah, but
like
you have multiple monitors there, like a computer system
Yeah.
to act as a stub, like a decent Wi-Fi transmitter. Like it presumably adds up.
yeah, probably our van needs to stay on all the time. Because like setting up a generator, they are extremely loud. They have a lot of fumes, so we can't really have one inside of the van.
Well, no, not inside, but I'm thinking you have like extra battery packs tied into the system, and you probably have like I expect you have some way to like generate extra electricity off of the main engine, and it's just I don't know, like it's probably less effective at actually driving, but better at electricity generation. I doubt the normal car generator is gonna be enough for all the stuff you have in there. That or you need to run a power line to charge the big ass batteries for the equipment in it.
I probably can put a beefer alternator in the van. It would help a lot. Could also upgrade by like a high capacity battery, like from a fancy thing, like a sports car. They
I
have big
figured you
batteries.
have like a separate battery, honestly, for the computer, so you can always at least start the car.
Oh yeah, we just need to beef up the car battery itself. So the car, like, it doesn't get too much fucked with the part of the electricity going to power up our equipment sometimes.
No, let's hand wave it. Presumably you have figured some way out to make it work. Like modern laptops are pretty power efficient anyway. You probably have like a laptop tied into it and a couple of extra energy efficient monitors hooked into the computer core.
If we want to be fancy, we can have like a MacBook. Those have a fucking disgustingly efficient battery for their hardware.
Hmm.
They have disgustingly weak hardware.
Actually, their hardware is not strong, but it's very well optimized for specific works.
The problem is that Lucas was the one that set it up, and I already hear a instinctive hatred of anything Apple related in Matt's voice. So it's
Oh,
it's
come
not
on.
gonna be a MacBook. I'm sorry, it's not. He's the one that MacGyvered it together, almost certainly.
Let it at least be an Ubuntu or Debian instead of having Arch Linux and all.
Of
It's
course, it's a
Windows
Linux.
Vista, Bacon.
That should be definitely Linux.
Yeah, but which
Such things
distribution?
always work on Linux. Like, I mean, we using Windows for it is stupid.
Uh-huh.
No one uses Mac for that purposes. Linux is the way to go.
Okay, but which distribution are you installing?
Ubuntu is fine.
Okay. So you're still a rational man in some ways.
Some ways.
Yeah, I'm against other distributions that are not Debian based. They're too autistic, like it's just a shot in your own foot.
All right. What are you planning to do about your day jobs? Because you do have to work in order to make money for yourselves and maintain your lives. And you did just take 2 weeks of quote unquote vacation time just now.
I mean, in my case, it was vacation from our particular activities, but not from work.
I mean, yeah, no, like you send in stuff whenever, so presumably you caught up on some work during those 3 days, but either way, I think all you are a little bit behind. Because, like, keep in mind, you spent like a week in police custody where you didn't expect to be out of touch completely.
We're going to a place very close, right?
Hour and a half,
Yeah,
roughly.
we can just drive there into weekends to solve the issue.
You can definitely go
Or in
over the
off days.
weekends if that's the plan.
Yeah.
I think by the time you get back, it's a Tuesday, so you'll have to do long range research and prep work, and you can go on Friday evening. Unless you want to drive back and forth, but it's 3 hours just driving there and back each evening. It's gonna suck.
We can go Fridays, say the weekend, and then we drive back. And if anything bad happens, we just drive there during the weekdays.
All right. Well then, let's consider. Dan, has Anna's outlook on the world and magic changed in any meaningful way?
It's more solidified what we can do with it. She's got a little bit of a hunger for trying to improve her magic. And she's, responsible for the death of someone.
Okay.
Whether it was a villain or not, it's something.
Alright, so. Alright. Nothing to necessarily write into the list of instruments or beliefs yet, but definitely a thing. Matt, what about Lucas?
He have seen what vampires capable of doing. He's more concerned about those Slamian vampires. He needs to get more powerful to be able to deal with them. Much more powerful.
Yes, I'm sure he does. Well, our YouTube viewer was definitely not impressed with your chance of survival through today, but he says that, paraphrase, spells are good. We like spells.
Lot of casting spells.
Nyaxi, what about Sam?
How things changed. Good question.
Well, the priest definitely learned about magic connecting with him.
I don't know, a priest would make a big difference, but magic is apparently stronger than I thought. Or, has a more powerful real world, can have a more powerful real world effect.
Mm-hmm. Hey, so your mind is opening to the potential of what might be possible in skilled hands, or with a sufficient power source.
Yeah.
Good. Bacon, what about James?
Besides strengthening his ideals, I'm trying to find the page of the things with the tools, but I think probably adding one for either the symbology or for artifacts, because it's kind of too much into the magical amulet, just staring at it, thinking
Then there's the
that's real
Bible
magic.
as well,
Yeah,
which
that's
has...
how the symbols are strong. So I need to find if they have already one made for like tools,
Symbols is
artifacts.
definitely a thing. That's like what everyone immediately thinks when they think of witchcraft and magic. So, okay, if you want to add symbols to your right, but it's items essentially in the context of that item acting as a symbol or representation or focus for some kind of power, right?
Yes, let's see if they have it. A good word for it. They have a symbol. So yeah, it's like objects that represent something.
Okay.
In this case, like the Bible representing God, this object representing some powerful rune used by a secret wizard, Shadow Society.
All right. Excellent. Then anything else you want to add? This is where you may spill your trauma at how this is going for your character so far.
Have no trauma, happiness. Until James gets shot or stabbed or something, he's on the high, everything's going well, he's getting close to real magic.
Yeah, apparently our viewer did not expect this to go in the direction of mage. Well, I guess it's a first.
Anna's like I said, but on the outside note, goddamn Tremors, why another Tremor?
Well, who's the most likely in the Camarilla to fuck up and lose their humanity by pushing their shit too far?
I prefer
That could be a
Tremere
few.
to a La Sombra and Tribute, honestly.
Yeah, a La Sombra anti-tribute might have gotten extra points in potence. The Tremere only got it because I figured they were next ghoul. But it has to be a Tremere. Who else would it be? Who else would fuck up and burn their own humanity away?
Someone like my last character in that system.
Oh, he didn't do it through Diablerie. He did it through sacrifice in order to unlock the power of the place. Oh, speaking of which, we can ask out of character about this investigation because I'm pretty sure you're never going back there. Yes, he did. So if you have any questions about this, like, ask.
Well, there's no but, so you has to keep rolling on the humanity then. Is that the case?
Well, yes, that's
Each
how
time
we
he does
ended
it.
up being this, losing all of it.
Right. So you can't have the path to resist it.
Like, out of character, he noticed that that place had the potential for power. So he was trying to build that power up and unlock it for his own use through dark sacrifices and, just building up a nexus of magic. So he could have all the magic in the world and beat all his competitors in the clan and be better than all the other neonates.
So he was trying to create a node and he fucked up.
Well, pretty much, yeah. He was
I
like
was
you,
going to ask-
Bacon. He was like you once.
I was going to ask, like, what ritual he was using, what the fuck he's doing, but yeah, trying to build his own node.
Essentially layering dark experiences over the same place in order to, make power just gather that. He was brute forcing a node, yeah.
And, like, the best thing is even if he succeeded somehow, like, instead of, oh yeah, now we can make a Tremere chip. Next day, Nefandi or Black Spiral Dancer just appears and, oh, thanks for the new home, bro.
Swipe, yeah, I mean... I didn't say he was that smart. He was more ambitious than smart.
It's Tremere. Normal Tremere.
He was a Jackalope character, honestly, before he became what he became. But yeah, I will say, there was a chance to save Sabine the way you went about it. You did not save Sabine.
Honestly, I never expected she could be saved. I thought, oh yeah, already ate her.
You see, the White was acting like a predator, but kind of like a cunning predator, right? Because he used to be a nerd. He was saving her for later. So he bit through her hamstrings so she couldn't run away and just knocked her on the head and left her in his cave for later, for when he gets hungry or fails at hunting. So
Oh well,
when she
old
was,
lady died.
yeah, so when she was abducted, you had 1 or 2 nights time to save her, but if you had gone in there instead of going with the police and the ambush and killed it down there, you would have for sure saved her.
We had no reason to go there. We still don't know how vampires act during the day.
Yeah, you don't know. But yeah, well, you lived. And also, like, of all the clans, an ex-ghoul Tremere, just, it offers the most possibilities for not immediately murdering you. And for the first real hunt, any vampire is already hyper dangerous. By the way, Bacon, you missed out, he was Gen 8.
Oh. Man, yeah, would be good. Passing the 10 threshold is always nice.
Damn right it is. And you're in Europe, so it's doable.
But yeah, no. I know we are not going to be allowed to be vampires. I'll have to figure it out a way to get immortality in my own.
I might allow you to be ghouls if you can harvest the right materials, but I will strongly suggest you taking the blood addicted avatar flaw if you abuse vampire blood a lot before awakening.
Even after awakening, there's a blood addiction for mages.
Well, yeah, no, like if you abuse it before awakening, after awakening, like your avatar is addicted. Quite likely, right? And there's rules for how quickly the avatar disintegrates when you keep drinking it, and you know, it's a whole thing. Dan, fuck you. You're required to write this into the YouTube chat so the viewers can know what you did. My god. Well, imagine if you had captured the body, you could have just hung it in your headquarters, fed it pig's blood, and drained it regularly for supply.
We need to learn more before we can do things like that. I want to recreate my favorite invention in Radomir's Mage game. I call it the Vampire Engine. It's a way to get renewable energy. You just clone people. You extract the clone blood to feed vampires. You don't give a mind to the clone. So it's ethical, it's not a person. And then you extract the blood of the vampire to power a quintessence to electricity generator. So it's free renewable energy based on vampires.
Yeah. Yeah, Lad is saying that being a mage is equivalent to being at least a 6th gen anyway, so you shouldn't feel bad.
Sure. Sadly, your storyteller, it's evil, and he's not allowing us to use Life 4 to buy physical attributes by half price.
Yes, and while talking about it, why not have the training skills so you can teach others and bring their XP costs down as well? And why not have everyone in the party stack it and just make everything near free, right?
You have a way to compete with we need a way to compete with the vampires, no?
Time
made of-
dilation capsule for training bacon.
Yeah, I know. That should reduce the XP cost.
Fuck you.
Every second
Like-
there's 1 month of training, so
Ah,
You know, I could see James having a dojo that's out of time as his sanctum.
in Revised there were like downtime activities that would give you XP discounts as well.
Ugh. Yeah, no, that's the one thing I'm dead set against in any of these games. Anything that fucks with the XP economy. Never, ever, ever.
let me find my beautiful son again, my best creation, where she's amazing attributes. I'm so sad that the game ended before I could get 6 on everything.
Post it in the Discord chat so Lad can see it as well.
Yeah, I'll post. And yeah, the Gypsy needs to see the Radomir's game in the future as well.
Why? That's like, what, 90 episodes?
90? Just that? No, it's much more. True, he did brought thought to himself.
We will need to decide how we handle Arete and rolling. I guess keeping it as is fine, and you can just not immediately convert your hedge magics. But we'll figure that out when we get to the point where you start awakening. Right now you're just... Well, I guess you're in the process of experiencing the shit that will knock you awake, right? Look at that. Anna has already shed her skeptical ways and has embraced voodoo as the path through life.
There's more experiments to be done in the basement.
Alright. Well, I will see you next week when you might be fighting an actual La Sombra, or a Fae, or a dangerous horse demon from the outer planes, or a werewolf.
The horse demon is the worst.
Did you not like him when you brushed up against him in the vampire game? Nay, bitch!
I hope it's not the horse demon. Yeah, I'll be off now. I'm hungry. Didn't have breakfast yet.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
goodbye, everyone.
you are free.
Bye.
Say bye.
Oh, goodbye. Huh?
Goodbye.